Hello, everyone, and welcome to ZSR2. Today we have another Ocarina of Time Randomizer EU Weekly. I'm Starred. With me on comms is Bansari. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm pretty excited to do something different. I've come so many season 5 races. I was starting to get it was starting to get a bit stale. So I'm really looking forward to what the changes that took place in the settings, how they spice up the race.
Yep. So we've got, as mentioned, new weekly settings here. Changes from Season 5 include that it is now just texture matches contents as well as just size matches contents. They start with Prelude as well as Free Child Zelda, so there will be one song check among the 12, any one that is replaced by an item. It is not a Zelda solo bike check today because we have strong enough time here in our starting items. It is Open Deku, and we have gone back to Wave of the Hero hints instead of Path hints.
Will that potential dot completely kill the season 5 ice cover memes? Only time will tell.
So give around a here a follow. We've got ourselves Floosh, Melrose, Zoro, and Daredevil next here on Restream as well. Thank you also might also shout outs to our Restream team. I'm sorry, my co-com and our trackers, Waylon, Jenny Bees, Starlight, and Joda with J.
Joda with J. I like it. That's a cool name. Well,
Got a pretty
it
big
seems
race
that
today. 38 people in it.
that seems very standard for you weekly. Maybe I've only commented some of the bigger ones, but yeah, that's we usually get a lot of people for you weekly.
It's like a decent amount. It's always nice to get larger amounts. Sometimes it's just a little smaller than the typical. Got some newer racers in here too.
I mean, there is some variance. Not everyone's available every week, but 30 seems like a solid number. It's not the biggest race I've come in the weeklies, but it's still good to see that the game is still, it has a healthy scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're starting with we're starting as child, where the spawn is usually more spicy than adult, in my opinion. And we have 2 songs available, although only one of them is a warp song. So, what are we going to see?
I'm
think
kind
we're
of
going to
hoping
see
it
in
is
terms of the early
something
game.
on the Zelda Dungeon. I'm kind of interested to see what our replacement item is going to be in a song check and which item that will be.
That is so sucky. Imagine going to ice or going out of your way to get like Sarias with a terrible spawn as child, and then you get nothing from it. You get like a bloopy or something. Man, the power of songs has been very centralizing throughout the story of this game, and I have to say what the scene looks like with less than certain songs in some locations. It's
And
definitely
yes,
gonna
that
be.
means that we can get something like later it was on the Ocarina of Time check or the hookshot.
That's also a possibility. Now you can never be sure that it won't be AD until you find the item in one of the songs on top of all the useful songs.
Well, Pensari, the old dungeons check is still hinted.
Okay.
That does not change, even if it's because the last time I commented in E Weekly. Oh, nice child spawn in the Skulltula house.
I mean, will that tempt some runners to actually collect Skulltulas? I don't think so.
I don't think that's
otherwise
enough
it's
reason.
just a boring Kakariko spawn. hopefully that doesn't mean chickens anytime soon. And
We'll
thankfully,
see.
it seems that no one's doing them, so I approve of these four.
Okay, it looks like Zoro's heading for Kokiri. Devin for Market by walking there. Okay, you start with Prelude, Devin. And Miller's is the first to go adult.
I mean,
Squish is
Devin is
off to
getting some
Lella.
rupees on the way, so
Okay, Dylan check. Fire. That's a point for rupees. Fire, Shadow, Shabu, Forest,
um,
DC, and
I think you're a bit ahead of me. I'm not sure if I'm behind or if you're ahead. Just for
Miller.
by like a second or two.
Yep. 40 is dead. Central Pillar is a key. Zora's Domain is Wave the Hero, and DC is Wave the Hero.
Okay, Source Domain and DC. Well, DC, we're going to see DC unless it was hinted foolish. But Source
Yep.
Domain, that's a good hint to have.
Yep.
Want to refresh? You're still a bit ahead of me.
Alright, I'll also refresh.
Okay,
Chicken's game for a couple people. Zoro. Oh, well, I'll see
there's
what this item is for Zoro first, which is a loopy.
yeah,
And
nothing
I'll.
on the Kokiri sword chest. Nothing
Nope.
from chicken collecting for Talon.
Yep.
Other than Malon's hand in marriage, whatever. And it seems that at least Fluishi is collecting some Skulltulas, so that's good. I'm a fan of Skulltulas.
I mean, you're also just walking right past the skull, so this makes sense. Man on the Roof giving us a Deku Shield, and that is a major item here for Zoro. That is a Zora tunic. Nice.
I mean, technically a major item. Requiem of Spirit in Epona's song location.
RX2 is dead. I totally missed the item there. Did you see the item off Backpack Cat? Because I missed it.
Nope.
Bottle, thank you, chat.
A bot. Okay.
I saw that it was a major item, but I didn't see which major item it was.
It's good to get a bottle early. It makes logical chains messy if you don't have one.
And
And
Song of Storms is vanilla.
vanilla. Honestly, it's a song that you'd rather get soon than very, very, very late. So, while it's not
Second
immediately
Champion.
useful as adults,
Deku, sorry, so Deku giving us our second DC Wave the Hero hint. And that is a bow on the cow here. Or by the cow, for to be advanced. Graveyard Wave the Hero, and that is Minuet at the Colossus.
on Requiem. Ocarina of Time teaches Song or Son of Time. I don't, I didn't see.
I thought the Colossus hint was Graveyard Wave the Hero. I didn't see a different hint.
The Desert Colossus says Ocarina of Time hint. It teaches
Oh,
Saria
teaches
Song.
Saria song. Apparently, I can't
Okay.
read. That would be right. Oh. And oh, Graveyard Wave the Hero is the second Deku Tree hint. That's fine.
We still haven't found that one item, so
Bolero here
Bolero,
on Saria.
Sarias, and Valley is Foolish, which is a nice hint because while there are very few checks in that area, they can be a bit slow to collect and very out of the way.
Yeah. Currently, Ice Arrows are in the Graveyard Crate. Ice Cavern has what's
Fun
again?
song, so that's not something that our runners are probably going to prioritize. Is that the good tree has Forest Wind in the
I
slingshot
totally
room?
missed the last SFM hint. We'll see it again for Devin.
Uh, I I did see it, but I forgot it already.
Or on Pot's head. Where was the icy water sent? Because I missed it. No, never
I
mind.
missed it
Someone in
too.
chat can't read is what. Okay. Catching up on hints. OoT is still
Rain of
sorry
Time,
sound here.
Isarasan Repeat, and Kokiri Forest.
Yep. Saw that one. Floosh getting his Zora tunic
His tonic,
there.
followed by Devon.
Yep. Another major item here for Zoro is a magic meter.
Magic. That's one item that people usually forget that's required when people are doing that final. What do we need for go mode? Magic is always necessary and never an item that you remember easily. It's it's something that you'd rather get sooner than later, even though it's not very useful. So
I mean,
I
Shadow
think
Temple's required, Pansari. You need magic for that.
yeah. But it wouldn't be the first time, and I definitely would have played Nocturne with hovers, Dinspire, bombs, and hookshot, and maybe a bow without magic because I never remember that magic is an item that I also have to collect. I assume that I have collected it at some point.
Yeah, sorry about the hint commands are still currently using path as the command. We need to get Trez to update that. Also, they are currently out of date because we've seen so many hints in the last 5 minutes. I am updating them now because I'm commentating and restreaming, so trying to get both at the same time is tricky. TC and alright, hint commands should be up to date.
Yeah, I think that the good tree was definitely worth the trip. Um, Even just for the magic alone. But we have some explosives on the river. The first freestanding heart piece. So that's exciting. And we do have Way of the Hero to Nongo's Cavern, so I'm assuming we're gonna put those to use fairly soon.
Yep. Roars for Floosh.
Just a Bloopy on the
Looping.
second item, and the hint is
Frogs
Frogs
2 is
2
dead.
dead.
Saw that hint earlier, so that's a second copy.
I miss Frogs 2. It's such a nice hint, such a nice check. Oh, hello, Goma. Goodbye, Goma. That was a fast fight from Zoro.
Yep. Fire
Oh,
is here, alright. Zoro's
we're gonna
domain
need
is still waved here.
we're gonna need a better fire source eventually, but fire errors will do the trick for now.
Redeads in the Composer Grave are Nocturne. And Nocturne in the Composer Grave, in other words.
So there's not that many places in which that pesky item could be.
We're missing Serenade's Yale and Epona's for songs. We are missing Prelude, Burning Cack, Minuet, and Bolero as song checks.
We do have info on. No, did we have info on Minuet?
We do not.
Sorry.
I was reading this. My notes sheet includes
Okay,
the
okay.
song hints we have gotten. So yeah, Nocturne cannot be waved here in Graveyard. It must be something else. Which might make those fire arrows relevant. We have a bow, magic, and fire arrows. We can't make those torches. There's a pretty good chance that's wave the hero.
I mean, there's not that many It's not common to have a chance to actually make use of fire arrows, so I say go for it. Nothing from the worst minigame in the vanilla game, which is only like the 5th or something worst in the Randomizer, which is the Ocarina memory game. And we are already making use of Son of Storms and collecting a major item from it. Kakariko is Way of the Hero, which is a surprise to no one really, and we have a slingshot, which is technically a major item and possibly useful. Melrose didn't really do anything as child, so it's convenient to get the slingshot before actually doing any kind of major child overworld exploration. So it's a nice find, but still
so
not
far
the
we
best.
have a bow and a bottle in CAC, I believe. So that's gonna be it.
And Son of Storms.
Yeah, and Storms, right? Thank you.
Which leads to the slingshot. So we already have 4 items potentially. Obviously, slingshot wouldn't be the way of the hero, but it's a reason why Storms might be.
Sorry, song check was
Bolero? Yeah, I don't blame Melrose at all. I was practicing this glitchless jump the other day, and I decided that I'm not using this trick.
Yep.
If he gets it within like 5 tries, as far as I'm concerned, he's a G. Very nice, very smooth that last try. Just a piece of heart from the
that is
underneath
double DC Way of the Hero, everyone, because that is the 3rd copy of that hint at the Lost Woods Bridge. Wahoo!
Boo! Kakariko spawn, double the sea Way of the Hero. Come on. We start
That's
with
just a meme, isn't that?
Lame, so lame. Come on, spice things up. Spice things up.
All right, minuet check is Serenade.
Okay, look.
So that means that Zeal must be in the crater because it can't be on Prelude or Burning Cack when Shadow's the 4th medallion. And so Burning Cack and the Prelude and Burning Cack must be opponent song and the item.
Okay. I'm not sure. I mean, obviously, unless I'm very wrong, unless my instincts are very wrong,
Fire Temple
a random item is less likely to be useful than a song, right?
Yes.
So that means that the worst songs to get in the game are potentially not that useful or not useful at all. But honestly, with double path in DC, I'm looking forward to some shenanigans with that with that burning cock. I don't know, mirror shield or something.
Yeah, Foolish with Light Medallion, Fire Temple. Thanks, game. We are missing a lot of always hints. We have no 30 skulls, no 50 skulls, no big aura, no skull mask. We are also missing one sometimes hint and one foolish hint.
We're also missing a lot of like the big items. We've gotten a lot of smaller items, like anything that's less useful than a hammer. We already have, but no hammer, no hookshot, no bombs.
Lake is our final foolish hint. Okay, that's pretty good.
That's a very, very good hint. Lake Hylia and Valley both foolish. I mean, I love it.
Yeah, I like our foolish hints. Our way of the heroes aren't quite as useful. DC
Yeah,
double way of the hero. It's a medallion. They're going there anyway. It's you'd go to DC no matter what. The scene is almost.
yeah.
It's not helpful. 50 skulls.
This calls is what?
It's a hook shot.
Nice, very nice. And that means nothing necessarily, because water is just a stone dot.
You
I can
never
see
know.
you collect skulls like a motherfucker from here on out. I mean,
We're
come on.
talking about their child spawn in the Sculptura house.
Yes, yes, that was foreshadowing. Very, very clever, Randomizer. I like your style. But yeah, you definitely start collecting skulls. Every skull that you can possibly squeeze, you just get it. Just in case that's the first hook shot would be very spicy. Oh no 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 no! Come on! Ah, I I can do the bow setup with this, but not from this weird angle. I have never seen anyone do it here. It's like extra difficult. Or
All right, prediction going. Is that hookshot required? Scale and Richard.
is that even a question? Of course, it's required. The bigger question is that hookshot the first logical hookshot? That's the spicy. That's where the spice really is.
There's three options: hard required, logically required, or not at all. Because do remember that Epona song is locked behind Shadow Temple. If there's anything in JTG, that's logically locked behind. That locks Shadow Temple, that's locked behind our oh so lovely long shot. They're not getting
Yeah.
Epona song for a while.
How long does this poll last? Because
10
we have
minutes, I
two
think.
major items in DC, so by the time DC is over, we'll probably have a much clearer picture of
I
what's
mean,
going
we're
on
not
in the
getting
street.
50 skulls anytime soon, so I just set 10 minutes on it, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
That makes sense.
Here's major item number one is bottle number two. Okay,
And
that's
that's
not Wave
definitely
Hero because
not
we got another one in CAC.
in Sphere Zero. So yeah, this
Well,
one is
actually, never mind.
definitely
We don't have a strength. We don't have a bombs. That is technically out of logic for now. That's major item number two. There's the L as expected for Devon, and those are a pair of
Iron
oh
Boots.
no, oh no.
Okay, hard required. Hard
Um,
required.
that's a Iron Boots way of the hero. Well, the bottle
Iron
isn't waved here
hard
because
required.
it's not.
I
The
mean,
bottle's not waved here, and it's not in logic because we don't have bombs for a strength upgrade. That's what I was thinking.
well, true, but that's irrelevant to what's important right now. Is are we
Which
collecting
is the
50
iron
skulls? And
boots.
the answer is
Talking
definitely
about.
yes.
We were just talking about Longshot and Water Temple.
Yes,
About
yes,
that,
yes.
as Zoro is not happy. I can see on her face cam
Okay,
about
that's
that
another
50
major
skulls
item
shot.
here. Melrose is probably collecting this and the compass room, which he skipped earlier.
Double
This is
defense,
just
not
double defense,
helpful.
so it's probably
That's
getting
nice to
spammed.
have,
If
but
there's nothing, I don't think you spend a chew on double defense.
no. Melrose will see if scum that. Zoro's going for Castle 2 hint. Yeah,
And that's nothing. So yeah,
Gold Mask is
by double
dead.
defense, the second way of the hero, the second item in Todongo's cavern is past the wolf head. So,
Hmm.
well, the Tongo head, whatever it is. What
Yep.
is it? What is that head?
It's a skull, which is. The skull is the bones in your head, so it is a head, technically.
I mean, is that a skull really?
There's eye sockets, there's a jaw, I would call that
They're not eye
there's a
socket.
nose.
They're solid. You can stand on the dark thing. That's something made to look like a skull. I don't think that's an actual skull. Anyway, it's not important. I
We're
just
being
never thought of
pedantic.
it actually.
But anyway, I'm sure there's going to be some people who are
That's a,
regretting their choices on that prediction now that we've just seen Way of the Hero Iron Booth.
about 5,610 people are probably regretting their choice. Maybe it's not. It's only logically required, but we did get a scale from Richard. So
Yeah.
that's river access. That might lead Zoro to the Chew pack, which was a 10 pack. I don't think we ever mentioned that, but plenty of Chews to defeat the Dongo, King Dongo, who
the
has our
item
second
above
item.
King. Yep, because the item above King Dongo was not it.
Yes.
Oh, so we're gonna see Chew strats here for Melrose because he does not have a bomb bag. He does not have a strength upgrade. It's time to do Chew strats, where you set up a ground jump off the corner bomb flower and then ground jump a Chew into King Dongo's mouth. Very nice.
It's the fact that you're a few pixels below the hitbox for the tube and just pulling it up as an adult is kind of funny. Like the way the tube disappears into its mouth without Link being harmed, it looks kind of hilarious to me every time. Yeah, this is one of those tracks. What is this item?
What item are we going to see here for our second wave hero? It's not the bottle, it's not double defense. What is it?
Who cares about how it strats to defeat King Dodongo? It's King fucking Dodongo. He's a joke. Let's talk about the spice. Let's see what the lottery says. What's our future?
That is a boomerang. Alright,
Okay,
that's required.
so
Jabu is our fire medallion. And that is also more things to do. That also gets us a lot more Skulltulas.
Hard require boomerang and hard require iron boots. Maybe for water, maybe for that path, for that way of the hero icy waters item. We have a way of the hero fountain, so maybe those icy waters have our required item instead of water temple. That's like the only hope that about 5,000 of you in chat have left, really. That and the Tectite Grotto.
Yeah. Alright, we got our hint commands fixed. Thanks a ton, Trez. Our Way of the Hero command now works properly, including that double Way of the Hero DC, because things happened! It is Domain that is Way of the Hero. We have confirmed that. We saw that copy of that hint at the Temple of Time, and right there for Floosh. Floosh used to be called Floosh. He shortened it recently, and I will call him Floosh from time to time automatically. Oops. We'll try to fix that.
Yeah, that's gonna take a while. I'm with you on that one. But yeah, I was complaining about how vanilla, I was complaining about how bland everything was, like 5 seconds before everything went to shit. Everything collapsed all of a sudden. We get all kinds of spicy items in DC. Although Boomerang, to be fair, it's kind of it's quite straightforward. And it makes the potential slingshot way with the hero almost dead. Because now it's just for Goma and the target in the woods.
Yeah, I totally missed the domain hint for Floosh.
I was looking at his screen and I saw text pass by, but I didn't read it.
No, our fourth copy of DC Way of the Hero, thanks.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's good that the runners are going to very likely get the info that it's doubled.
is here in the Composer Grave with fire arrows, a bow, and a magic meter. Let's see if this is Way of the Hero, because it probably is.
That's
a bomb bag.
Very, very
That's
good.
probably way of the hero.
It definitely seems that way.
Which also puts DC into logic. Oh, great. And our hint here, and the song is as hint get actor. Chat
And
says
it
45
puts
skulls in logic. Yay! Graveyard hint is thanks for the very
there's
way
another
here in the
item
graveyard.
in Sora's domain. Did we see what that one earlier? The torch run item.
I did not see it.
Okay, well, we're gonna see it soon. We're gonna see Flush collected fairly soon.
47 skulls. Correction, since our chat member forgot to account for beans. 47 skulls in logic. What?
We're not
That's a
quite
strength
there
upgrade.
yet. That's a strength upgrade and something else here. There was a major item.
And the
Lens of
lens.
Truth.
Okay, game.
Uh, well,
Okay.
that's technically only one check because we don't have a way to get to Desert Crossing in logic.
Well, we have Requiem. We can do the lens minigame. They do have a
Right.
magic meter.
But as far as I know, Reverse Wasteland is not in logic still.
No, it is not.
Even though it's
If they want to
one
go
of
to
those,
GTG, they logically need either 50 skulls long shot or to get a opponent song off Prelude or Burning Hack.
right, which is why Lens of Truth is just the chess minigame. But honestly, if you're running this game, you kind of have to learn Reverse Wasteland. It's one
Yeah.
of those trees that's not really that optional. Like, who cares if you know how to do two strats on Kindodongo? But Reverse Wasteland, it should be very near the top of the list, alongside maybe ground jumping. Well, Frogs 2 is not gonna happen, but we do pay them a visit with Frogs 1, and they give you $20, which is less than their average price, so not the best. But, good for them.
Yep.
We like seeing the frogs. We like making them happy. I like to feed them, but I guess not many people do. So whatever. Roundabout didn't
Bigoron
want it
is
to happen.
dead. Is the hint there in DC for Devon?
Bigoron is dead. Okay.
Yep. Used
Well,
his bomb. He has a bomb bag, so doesn't have to worry about save scumming shoes or anything, which is convenient. This chicken is not being nice to poor Zoro. Oof.
and
We have to go all the way back down the river for that one.
maybe not. I mean, it did land somewhere, but yeah, if you go back to the start, you can get a new chicken.
No, we
It's
saw the
ruined for the rest.
chicken fly off and take off into the air. It's gone. Kak is still wave the hero. Thanks
Zoro
for
seems to
the non.
disagree, or she just decided that she's not using the chicken. Okay, no, she thought that
She
the
thought about going
go
to
landed.
Lost Woods, I think, with her scale, but decided it was worth it to go back. Domain's way of the hero. Even if you lose the chicken, I think you have to go back. It sucks, but it's way of the hero. You can't skip it. She's not happy about it, but who would?
Um, I'm going to refresh the stream because I'm getting some. Okay, now everything is back in order. Yep, Devon is doing DC. He's about to get the good news. He's about to get the news. I'm not sure how good or bad they are. Depends on your taste, I guess. They do give you a very pointed place that you need to look at.
Well,
Whether
Devin
that's
has not seen the 50 skulls hit yet. He's gonna be a little concerned about Iron Boots, but he doesn't yet know that his long shot that he's got a hook shot on 50 skulls. He How much what you think of those iron boots depends on what you that 50 skulls in. Floosh.
I mean,
Right.
if he has the triple, at least 3 of the 4 DC path hints, this DC way of the hero hints, then he knows for sure that both Iron Boots and the Boomerang are way of the hero. So
Yeah, that 50 hit is child only too. In the meantime, though, Floosh is doing the lens game. We'll see if this is way of the hero. This is the only thing the lens is for since we have Requiem, and we definitely aren't getting Colossus Axis, and we're not getting Fortress Axis for a while.
no, you're not. Technically, we're not getting Icy Waters, Sora's Fountain in general access in a while because, you know, Zelda's Lullaby. Logical
Well, it's not
access.
the lens, it's the strength upgrade. It's way of the hero, not surprised.
Yeah.
Although Spirit's a stone, so I'm not sure how much we want the strength way of the hero. Depends where the other
I
two are.
mean,
Well, Zombie Fart 50 Skulls is a hookshot. It does not have to be a long shot. It is a hookshot.
that was really smooth by Melrose to use a chew to get both the Wolfos Grotto open and kill the Wolfos on the same hit. That was slick.
Oh, and more bad news. According to Topfile, because he forgot to turn open Dekumon in his tracker, we actually have 51 skulls in Logic. Yay! Is it gonna BGS in the Wolfos Grotto?
Melrose is like 30 minutes ahead because he collected the Bigorn sword.
So yeah, there's a really good chance we might have a first hookshot on 50 skulls today. We have a bottle, we have a boomerang, we have explosives, a bunch of warp songs, Song of Storms. We've got access to a lot of skulls.
What does
It's just
Hopium
gonna.
look like for those who believed in no required hookshot? What do we need in order to be able to ignore 50 skulls?
I
Can you think of
mean,
something? I mean, it
there's a
seems
bunch of
pretty
checks we
dumb.
haven't done, Pansari. We can do some amount of fire. We've got a lot. We've got Adult Goron City. We've got Adult Lake. We have
Lake is dead.
things like,
Like
or no,
Wish.
not chickens. We have, which reminds me that people haven't seen a lake hint, so we're seeing people do it. We have
True.
chickens. We have 10 skulls, 20 skulls. We haven't seen a 30 skulls hint. If 30's the
I
other
mean,
hookshot, I
at
will
this point,
laugh.
who cares, right? But yeah.
We've got quite a few checks left. We can do Child Spirit. There's quite a few checks left. That could be a hookshot. You can also go for just GTG out of logic. Yep. Very out of logic,
Yeah,
I
but
should
even
add.
if you do get the
Well, Fortress
hookshot,
GTG cannot have our other hookshot, because you do need a hookshot to finish Shadow Temple, and Zapota song is stuck out behind, is on Prelude of Burning Cack.
even if you do get a hookshot, those iron boots need to be required for something. So,
Yeah, exactly. Although you So Icy Waters is really concerning. Tektite Grotto and the Gold Scale are things to
but
keep.
Icy Waters is also logically locked behind Zelda's Lullaby. So,
Zelda's Lullaby is in Logic. It was in the crater. We have Bolero from Saria.
oh,
Lostwood Scrub Grotto has more bomb shoes, which is nice. I think that might have been the 5-pack though, so not the best.
alright, it's Epona, the song that we're missing. I don't
Yeah.
know why.
Yeah, we just need Rudo's letter to put. We don't need Rudo's letter to put the icy to put the fountain access
Okay,
in, and
super.
this is more bomb shoes. Okay, game. Okay, I mean he'll take that.
And Flush is probably entering fire. Just a quick tip. No, just resetting the timer.
Echo now for Melrose. There's some eye drops from Devon. Good thing Big Goron is dead. Has anyone checked the adult spawn, by the way? Because I haven't seen it that I can remember.
No idea.
Since the bottle and cack is now in Logic, in DC's in Logic, that bomb bag, the way to hero for cack is either the boat or Song of Storms, which is not a surprise. And check confirms no adult spawn. Thank you. And chat has a point. With 50 skills being a hookshot, people are more likely to go out of Logic hoping to find a out of Logic hookshot someplace. There's Dins in the Lost Woods Bomb Grotto.
Now the fire arrows are fully useless.
Yep.
But yeah, 51
I also
skulls.
completely missed the Goron City Mace hint for Devon. I don't think he found anything there, but I missed the hint. 30 is a shield, thank you.
I didn't see,
Apparently.
but Flush is about to go there, probably. I mean, he has 34 juice. Jesus.
I think that was a 20 pack on the volcano and the 5 pack in
It
Lost
must
Woods.
have been, I mean.
Skull Mask is still dead in Remote Grotto.
I don't think I finished most seeds with over 30 juice.
Yeah. But I think the Lost Woods Scrub Grotto was a 5 pack, and then 30 was the. Actually, it might have been a 10 pack on Lost Woods, and then it was 20 in the volcano. Had to have been.
Yeah, 2020. Pre-dead. Not Ditches Nocturne. And
River Pack was a 10. I knew the River Pack was a 10. I wasn't sure on the Scrub Grotto one if that was a 10 or 5.
the last hint inside the crater from Devon is 30 is on Highland Shield, so
yep.
Yeah.
If they need skulls, it's for 10, 20, or 50. Yeah, there's.
And that's the other couple.
Flip is bad. And also trying to peek the chest, but probably a little bit grumpy about that hint.
I mean, it is small, right? Can you see the texture with
I'm
that
not sure.
pick?
You can
I
see
can
the
barely
size.
see the chest most of the time, so
you can see the size, which is still big if it's a major item.
Oh, right.
Because this is chest size matches contents and texture matches contents. And chat confirms it was small, thank you.
Yeah, it definitely
Fairy has our second bow, so Song of Storms is confirmed way of the hero, though I could not tell you what for.
The last time I played...
is not bow locked. And
the last time I played texture, I also was playing with the key ring and key sanity. So finding those small chests everywhere with the key texture, that weird texture that I don't think it's anything from the game. I think it was completely made up. So
it was created. Yeah, I think it's basically a grayscale version of the boss key texture.
Right. It's unbelievably, semi-believably something that could have been from the game, but I don't remember it from the game. But anyway, Flush is going to cure Vigoro. Aww. Probably because he doesn't have the hint, but aww. And he's going to get nothing out of it.
Yep, because there's actually a big orange hint just below the MT, and Flush is gonna roll his eyes when he sees it.
Oh, and he gets a heart. As a reward.
No, he's gonna first get his second bow, then he's gonna roll his eyes at the DMT hint. Actually, this is gonna be his first bow. He hasn't been to CAC yet as adult. Din's fire was in the Lost Woods Bomb Grotto. Yeah, I'd like to see the bottom of the well soon. It's pretty well in logic, if we're reading that big orange hint now. But well, it's quite well in logic. We have swarms, zeal, and bombs. We have there are 3 skulls in there, all of which are accessible with that boomerang,
Well,
and Storms is Way of the Hero. So
yeah, the whole chess picking made the well back into a really super powerful area, and
yeah, and
the only
that is a
reason
point
these
from
runners haven't really
chat.
gone there. The only reason these runners haven't really gone there is that they are doing adult stuff. But as soon as they're back to child, they spawn in Kakariko. They're doing well very
Yeah.
soon.
And that is true from chat because Dance was in the Lost Woods Bomb Grotto and Bombag is locked in the Composer Grave Way of the Hero at this point behind fire arrows, slingshot. Storms could be Way of the Hero for that slingshot in the Kakiri Storms Grotto to get fire arrows to get your bomb bag because Dune's fire is bomb locked. Yeah,
I love bottleneck logical chains where you need
we
bombs
have
eventually,
seen
and
everything.
some weird combination of items is required to get them.
Yeah.
That's always my favorite.
Because we've seen everything in Graveyard except for the Sunsong grave chest, which is locked behind Sunsong hinted in Ice Cavern, and we don't have Saruto's letter for that. Um, it's either Sunsong grave or that bomb bag, and our only slingshot so far lacks fire arrows, which locks Dins. Bomb bag save the hero, slingshot might be wave the hero. I totally missed the Boulder of Destiny hint there. If anyone in chat caught it. No, we saw Dompe digging pebbles. That was something totally
I was
forgettable
paying
from
attention to
Melrose.
Flush, realizing that he's really going after those skulls because
Yeah.
he collected the side room skulls, so which makes sense. I mean, if
You've
there's a
gotta.
seed to
You've
go
gotta.
to bet on collecting 50, this is the one.
Yep. And Valley Foolish was apparently the Boulder of Destiny hint. Thank you. Still looking for a last sometimes hint. An icy waters hint would be nice.
It would be probably the best possible hints that we can get.
Icy waters toilet would be nice in some ways. If toilet's a required item, and we find another hookshot somewhere, we'd be able to save that. Telling us that chickens has a hookshot or something would be good too, honestly.
It's the only way that I accept someone actually collecting the chickens.
I mean, chickens is not a bad play. If we're looking at Kek is Way of the Hero, Storms is currently a bit ambiguous, depending where other slingshots have gotten off to, basically.
Chicken is not a bad play from a strategic standpoint. From a fun standpoint, oh yes, it is. It is the worst possible play.
hmm.
Delete the check, change it, make it good somehow. Team
There's
Nail
Devin getting his
by a
50
shield.
skulls hit. He is probably not going to be too happy about that. And Devin is going to go find what the item is here on this ferry, which we haven't seen yet. Nobody's been here with the Zalen explosives.
Zoro collecting the 10th Cultula, and Melrose speaking nothing in the barn in
Mm-hmm.
London Branch. And the item
People were
is
joking in the race time room as we
the
get
last
Nehru's love
spell.
here.
We have magic percent. Well, we need
People were joking in the
second
race room
magic.
earlier. Yeah, we do have magic percent. But people were joking in the race room earlier about how I might give them an AD for a hookshot on the Ocarina of Times check. Well, not quite. I still gave you a terrible hookshot location. It's on 50 skulls instead. Honestly, I'm a little surprised nobody's gotten Child Spirit yet. Hopefully someone does, because that is entirely accessible. We do have a boomerang and a slingshot, and explosives, and a fire source.
I mean,
It's a stone, but it's
it is a
it's some really
stone.
quick checks. I am a little
Well,
suspicious of Strength 1 being Way of the Hero, because if there's another strength that's not strength locked around somewhere, that would make strength it be Strength 2 Way of the Hero. Flush missing both shoes here.
Yeah, you need
There we go.
you want a shield in order to chew drop faster without getting that C up automatic prompt for no reason.
Yep. There's
You know what
Melrose
else
getting
to
the
pick
bad
in the
news that
game?
50 skulls is a hookshot. And we're going to see Bowling for Devon. I think he's still the only runner with a bomb bag right now, because that was on Composer Grave Torches. So we'll see. Oh, no. Oh, Mel has it as well. Never mind. But I
The
haven't
first
seen it yet.
reward from Bonshu Bowling, the first reward was just a hard container, the second is just a bomb refill, so nothing there.
Yeah.
The Skull Mask gives us more Deku Nuts. That's the Hyrule Castle 2 hint,
Yeah,
which
we
we
saw
don't
that
see very
earlier
often.
from.
But yeah, if you're here and you get a 50 skulls is a hookshot hint, maybe you go hard for whatever other hint that you can get in case that hint points you to a better hookshot to get.
Yeah. They would really like to find another hookshot. They're all getting skulls because you can't take the risk that this 50 skulls hook is not required. These guys are okay. These guys all know how to do 50 skulls with no hookshot. It sucks, but you can do it with your
I mean,
items.
it is a weekly. It is not like life or death if you lose. So maybe this is the time to make a bold a bold bet.
Zoro
But
here is very not abused by those iron boots. He's like, really?
who can blame him?
Really?
Rouge, you need a shield.
Is Zoro is the only one of our forerunners with both a face cam and a mic on. Zoro's also having problems with the choose strat here on eyes. There's one. Then there's the other.
So Flush is doing a different strat for Kindodongo, an even easier strat for Kindodongo. You need bombs, you don't need a shield, you don't need anything, you just need strength. There's so many ways to kill this guy, and
And 10
each
skulls
one
is
looks as
not it.
pathetic as the previous.
10 skulls is junk for Melrose as a side note, which is good to know because that Cack Wave hero is not actually quite resolved yet. Could be for that slingshot for fires for bombs, could be something else. We haven't found a. The bomb bag's probably waved here, but we could find a second. We don't have another slingshot. And we're also just missing a lot of stuff. Pimble's mentioning in chat that he remembers doing a scrub seed for 30 skulls hookshot without a boomerang once. That was fun. One of the worst scrub seeds I've ever seen was, oh jeez, it's been 2 years. Wow. Was a, scrub season 1 final seed. Your first hookshot was on Way of the Hero OGC behind ZL in the and your issue with that hookshot on OGC was not actually strength 3. They got those early. I think one of them was on 10 skulls even. Hookshot was that first hookshot in OGC. Your 3 strengths were all available early, but ZL was in the crater, and your only way to get it, because Bolero was not available when your first hookshot was on OGC, you had to get hover boots off 30 skulls to get ZL from the crater to get your first hookshot from OGC. And then Longshot was on Sunsong Grave behind all dungeons. Oops.
That sounds hilariously terrible. I mean,
It was bad. It was really, really bad. It remains one of the worst scenes I've ever seen, as Zoro gets her boomerang. The winner of that seed finished it in 4 hours and I think 27 minutes.
I mean, for those of you in chat who are not very familiar with Star, one of the worst seeds that Star has ever seen, not even just rolled, seen. That's a very high bar. You need to really suck for you to make it into the list. Let alone to be one of those.
Yeah, winner using the term loosely. Modzilla, who is now a main tournament runner, like season 4 alum, I think season 5 alum, finished that miserable mess in 4 hours and 27 minutes.
Flush
His
only
opponent
just get
wasn't
in.
far behind and dot quit, but was like, screw this. I don't feel like finishing this scene. It was like another like 5 or 7 minutes maybe. It was like, screw this, I'm out of here.
Flush only just get in the Son of Storm.
Pebbles, I believe that was one of Jason Arilati's specials. Big pose here on foot for Melrose gets it first try. I think that was nice. It is a 40% chance of spawning that big poo on foot.
Yeah, both Flush and Zoro just got their Son of Storm, so now all 4 of our featured runners have it. And so it's just a matter of time before someone goes to the well.
Yeah. Nothing on Big Pose. That is logically locked behind a Pona song, but there is a 40% chance. That percent was confirmed by Decomp, in case people are wondering, because there's been a lot of debate over it. It's a 40% chance to spawn a Big Poo on foot. There is a trick that is not in default logic.
Is it that high?
It is, actually.
Nice.
And yes, Jason Arilon is another person known for some really dreadful seeds. Tech Deck Grotto here from Melrose might answer that Iron Boots Way of the Hero question.
Is that
Seriously
Ghost Girl?
Is that seriously
Yeah. Of course it is. Well,
That
maybe
is
this is. No, I was
like
gonna say that
highly is
maybe.
foolish. So Laptime
Yeah,
is dead, and so is that gold skill.
yeah. So it's just worthless. Cool.
That does tell. Yeah.
It's literally worthless. Literally worthless.
That's a great game. Much appreciated. So it's toilet, icy waters, or water temple. Yep.
Is the toilet hinted?
It is not. We do have one sometimes hint left, but we haven't seen it.
So there's still hope for the toilets.
There is still hope for the toilet, which I should remind you, toilet is logically behind that long shot.
Uh, well, unless we can get Tiponas.
Epona song is behind Shadow Temple. Nah. I don't know about you, but I don't know when we're getting hover boots. Or a hook shot to finish Shadow Temple.
I mean, that would mean that the hookshot on Fistus Call is at least not the only logically available one, but it does still fulfill the Way of the Hero hint for DC for the Iron Boots. So it's still a possibility.
We would have to see. I'm just kind of assuming that Epona song is not going to be available for a long time.
I mean, I don't think you can make those kinds of assumptions. This seed is obviously terrible in some way. Why does it have to stop at one? It can be terrible in many different ways.
Oh, absolutely. Nobody going to Child Spirit. Nobody going to the well either. I would like to see the well people. That's Storms' Way of the Hero, and there's been nothing confirmed behind it yet.
Devin is going adult, not doing well.
Temples, right, you're Australian. Referring to the NA Weekly, which was in the morning for Pembles in Australia. That was last evening for most, yesterday evening or last night for most of us.
Yeah, it's way too late in the night for me.
Flush and Zoro are going to get their bomb bags now and are going to be kind of grumpy. Well, yeah, I don't think they have a slingshot yet, so that does not help. So that confirms Graveyard Way of the Hero for them, but nobody's changing the Storm's Way of the Hero.
You know what? Crusher is Demon Crusher is raising a good point in chat, because if you are going to do well, then maybe you feel like you have to clear completely all of Kakariko, all of the child Kak area, and that means that you have to do chickens. So not doing well makes more sense to me now. You leave it until the very last second, so that you do well, and if you get the last item that you need, you don't do chickens. That makes sense, right? That's a play that I would take.
Personally, at this point, I would be worried. I would probably try to, well, in hopes of finding a hookshot or something, because
A hookshot or something. I mean, I don't think there's a something that comes anywhere close to a hookshot for the Seed right now.
oh yeah, the hookshot is by far the item they want the most, but there are some other things they would like to get.
Sure. I'm a big fan of the hammer. I think it's a very underrated item. It's really useful, really handy to have.
Hammer would make things would be funny. Yeah, Graveyard Wave here in Graveyard was funny as well. But could be a hammer. They would. A second strength upgrade would be funny because that's Spirit Temple. Mirror Shield would also be funny. Hover Boots would get them into Shadow Temple. Yeah, exactly, Demon Crusher. Kaka's Way of the Hero. Storms was in there. Zeal, and you have Zeal, you have bombs, you can full clear the well, and you can get skulls. It makes sense. Melrose is going to finally get his bomb bag. I done this earlier, but apparently I was wrong.
Devin is doing the chess mini game. He's trapped inside of the market at night, so maybe he'll save quit out of the final room in the game and go to Kak.
I mean, it would make sense. Here's
So
an action from
Devin might be the
Melrose.
first one to the well, and he'll be there at night, which means no chickens. It's all come together, really. He has
He does
Nocturne,
also
but
have nothing to warp out.
you
They can't
cannot
warp out
warp
of there.
out of this room. So one of the best ways to if you're routing the game, you want to leave this mini game for when you're okay with safe quitting, resetting the console, so that you don't waste time walking all the way back to the entrance.
Yep.
So I just found the foolish like Hylia hint. And we'll see where Devin is headed. That looks like either graveyard. No, that's a well play.
Yep.
So we're finally going to see the well.
Yes, we are. Song of Storms is Wave the Hero for something. Or we think Song of Storms is Wave the Hero. It could also be 20 Skulls or Chickens. Could technically be Bird and Cack if it locks our hammer. Or Light.
I mean, I definitely want my first season seed, my first season 6 seed to contain an important item in that one sneaky item that is in a song location.
That would be funny. And this isn't Season 6 yet. This is just weekly setting. Season 6 testing is...
Season 6 Alpha. Pre-Season 6.
Correct. The 50 Skulls hookshot is not Wave the Hero because it is separately hinted. This was a change made in, I think, 5.1. To stop the same hint from being the same thing from being hinted twice by different hints, because that's just redundant. Like, for example, it doesn't really make sense for the game to tell you that... Oh, that's, that That is a strength upgrade in the well. Okay, game. That's strength 2 Way of the Hero in Zora's domain, by the way, because neither of those strengths locks the other one. Uh-oh.
And Flush listened to you and decided to go to Child Spirit without using nuts or the boomerang or anything to kill the.
So,
Yes.
Saria's song is on all dungeons. Iron Boots is Way of the Hero. There's a hookshot on 50 skulls, and Strength 2 is Way of the Hero. Having fun yet?
That's another strength
Never
upgrade.
mind. That's Strength 3.
Okay,
Game.
now I'm really having fun. Flush was trolled by both enemies at the same time. The bubble topped the boomerang, and the Stalfos hit him into the void.
Yeah,
At the
so,
same time.
outside Ganon's castle,
That's a
it is
wallet. I
specifically
mean,
Strength 3 that is Way of the Hero in Domain. That is Way of the Hero in Domain. Now Strength 2 is Strength 3 because none of the strengths lock each other as we get a wallet in the coffin.
I've never seen that strut.
It
And
is 100%. Well, okay, it could technically still be King Zora, sorry. I forgot King Zora is our last remaining domain check. So we'll see that here from Zoro eventually, because she's the first of our runners to go Ice Cavern. Good to see Sunsong for our Graveyard Way of the Hero eventually. Flush finding a key here in Spirit.
Jesus, he's cutting it close with this Degu shield, somehow intact after going through all of those rooms with fire, with no major accidents.
Keep in mind that Storms is Way of the Hero too, and we haven't confirmed anything 100% there either. Our Way of the Heroes are a mess.
I mean, we
We
have
also will.
strength 2 and 3 and a wallet.
Yep. Alright, we will hopefully see our final sometime soon here.
And do we see you only
Shadow
have
Temple
the
Potsuki.
one?
Thanks, Gabe. That is not a useful final sometime hint. Good to know.
Yeah.
0 out of 10. Do not recommend. I mean, that just tells them they have to do that room when they eventually get to Shadow Temple. Someday. Sora Fountain Fairy is a huge rupee. Not helpful. But yes, we've got Strength 3 or King Zora Way of the Hero. King Zora's not currently available. He's locked behind, logically, he's locked behind Ruto's letter or that second wallet, wherever that is. Icy Waters is something Zoro's looking for. Nope. Bomb refill. That is not Way of the Hero. So, Toilet and Water Temple, everyone. One of those two is Way of the Hero for those Iron Boots. Yay!
Headed to the ice cavern. So, did we see that icy waters item already?
Bomb refill. Spirit Temple is fire locked. Not surprised. Lab Dive is dead because Lake Hylia is foolish. For being magic locked doesn't really make much of a difference to anything right now. I have no idea what that placement chest is, but apparently it's nothing because Devin's out of here. We have seen Tectai Grotto. That was the gold scale.
Yes.
That was funny.
Randobot does have a sense of humor sometimes. I mean, remember when we started to see that child, and the child spawn was the house called La. I mean, there's some irony programmed into Randobot. I'm convinced of that.
Oh, there always is.
Randobot
I
laughs
swear
at
the random.
all of us.
Yep. Someone in chat jokingly suggested that I planned a hookshot onto the OoT item today. I didn't plan to it. The scene just decided to be read anyway. There's a second slingshot
Oh,
in Child Spirit.
that removes.
That is slingshot locked because our first because our boomerang is on King Dodongo, and that chest is child projectile locked. I
Okay.
think, although adult spirit's available. It depends on key layouts, actually. Because adult can get to that room potentially with strength 2 and 3 both being available. All right. Anyhow, OGC for Devin.
What is this?
Let's
What is
hear.
this?
Heart
Nothing.
piece. Okay, so King Zora or Light Trial for light arrows, and
That Queen of Fairies was demoted to like Duchess or something like that. You got a piece of heart instead of the double defense.
yeah. So our way to heroes get progressively more and more conserving. So to clarify for whether or not that slingshot in spirit is locked behind anything, as we get a huge rupee off 20 skulls. The slingshot is not, in fact, actually. So the slingshot is not necessarily child locked. We have strength 2. We have a bow for adult spirit. We only saw 2 keys as child. That means that there must be a key on adult in early adult. The question is whether that key is on the compass chest or the boulder's chest. If there is a key on the boulder's chest, they are able to get higher in Spirit Temple. 1 key, access to the temple as either age and a fire source, will get you that sunblock chest. If there's a key on Boulder's chest, that makes that chest available without a slingshot. That depends entirely. I hope somebody goes Adult Spirit as we find hover boots in the Iron Boots chest. And Sunsong. Alright, wrong pair of boots game. Funny though. But spirit key logic tells us that we need to see where that first key on adult side is. There must be one. Might be 2. But there needs to be one on Boulder's chest to make that slingshot available without a slingshot. Because you can't get the small key from Child's side without a child projectile weapon, and Boomerang is bomb lock.
Zora's immediately checking the Sunson check just to get it off the way.
This
He
is also
clearly
our
wants
final
it.
graveyard check to note. And it
And
is
it is a
big.
major item.
Magic!
Okay, well, Rush Ice doesn't necessarily lose the race, but it's not the best.
It is not. I think this is going to be a Shadow Temple dip for Zora, which makes sense. As for Rosewind, even decided to come back later if she wants. Shadow Temple is in. We have hover. Well, no, Shadow Temple is not in. Hover boots are locked behind Rita's letter. Where that is, who knows?
I mean, we still need the hookshot eventually, so. But
Yes,
we can div a few rooms, so.
we can get pretty. We can get like almost halfway through, like 40% maybe. About 40% of Shadow Temple is doable without a hookshot.
We
And
can do
correct
all
also
of
was
the
Sunsong.
good parts of Shadow Temple, all of the dense locations in Shadow Temple. Everything past the hookshot requirement is low.
Mm-hmm. And correct also is Sunsong does make 50 skulls nicer, if nothing else.
I mean, that's it
So
at this point. You have Prelude, so you can make it night at any time. It is
that's fair.
slightly
Still
faster, I
slightly.
guess, but it's not faster than going through Ice Cavern. So
Yeah, that is true. All right. So yeah, Paradox Letter is a real possibility if we can find a second wallet. Because our wave heroes are a confusing mess. So Graveyard's confirmed for Bomb Bag. DC is confirmed for Boomerang and Iron Boots. Zora's
Yes.
Domain is adding Strength 3 or King Zora. King Zora being locked behind either Rudo's Letter or the second wallet. And Kek is currently waved hero for Song of Storms, which has turned up Strength 3. Basically.
Or chickens.
Strength 3
or
and a slingshot for our bomb bag and wave in Graveyard at the moment, at least. There's gold skill for Devin, and strength 3 for Flute. I think, that was strength 2 for Flute. Oh yeah, hookshot's in Logic. It's been in Logic for a while.
Yeah.
And we've spent so much time discussing the wave of heroes that I have completely forgotten to say the happy 1 hour mark, because we're now an hour and 11 in as Floosh gets his strength 3.
Happy 1 hour, everyone.
Way late 1 hour because this seed's a mess.
An hour and some change. I mean,
I think everyone in chat also forgot it. So, give our runners a follow. Floosh, Melrose, Zoro, and Devin. To my co-compensari and to our trackers, Waylon, Jenny Bees, Starlight, and Joda with J.
And, of course, to the star of the show, Star herself. Who's doing commentary and restream all at once. Which is not easy.
Yeah, it's fairly manageable now that the hint commands are done, and nobody's having internet issues from the runners, so it's running pretty smoothly.
Yeah, that early rush of hints and info didn't look fun.
It's a lot to keep track of, both on the notes sheet and on the commands. But commands are up to date with the current mess.
Thankfully, chat did have our back, so always helps. Have we seen the remote grotto, the scrub?
We did. It was. We haven't seen the scrub. I don't remember if we saw the scrub. We did see remote grotto itself. The scrub is a vanilla heart piece.
Okay. We got explosives relatively late. Most of the runners did, at least. So many of those usually early explosive locked locations are not locations that we've actually gotten around to checking. So there might be something important in here, just in Hyrule Field waiting. We haven't spent much time in Hyrule Field. So far, nothing interesting going on in Shadow Temple.
Not at all right now in Shadow.
And Floosh making use of Forest Wind.
The more nonsense this becomes, the more tempted I am to add this to my Terrible Seeds archive eventually, because I do have one. This hasn't completely earned that spot yet. I think whether or not it goes in there depends basically on how our wave of heroes actually end up working out, but there's a real possibility this goes to my Horrible Seeds archive.
Star, you haven't commented a single seed with me, which you haven't added to that list.
Actually,
that's a fact that I'm going to throw out there. You do with it whatever you think you have to.
Because I do actually have a seed archive for Horrible Seeds. The Spectacularly Awful's 4-hour 27 Scrubs tournament seed was one of the first seeds to go into that archive.
Wow! Melrose stored a ground jump in order to jump slash to collect the Haunted Wasteland Skulltula token.
Very nice.
Desperate for Skulltula tokens. I mean,
you're there if you know how to do it, might as well, but that is funny. They
if
really
you are that resourceful. I mean, props. There's nothing else that I can say. Congratulations.
That is a second bomb bag, which is, by the way, very bomb locked in the Shadow Crusher room. You need a bomb bag to get past that part, to get past the first couple chests in Shadow Temple.
The mud wall.
Yep. I mean, we know that Graveyard's confirmed we have the hero for the first bomb bag anyway, so it makes sense that the second one would be bomb locked.
Wait, definitely not emphatic, but are the mud walls is that mud wall breakable with blue fire, or only the ones in like the
I'm not
DC?
sure if that's a. I'm not sure because that's a bit of a different mud wall from the DC ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
I don't know if anyone's ever actually tried it, so I don't know.
God, I hope not.
Alright, last chest in Shadow Temple for Floro is, I believe, nothing. So, we're out of here. Shadow
To
Temple,
have
good dip,
FW,
not
which
helpful.
is we do have FW, which is really convenient since we can't fully clear the dungeon, and you don't want to. Well, this is definitely a reasonable place to stop at Shadow Temple that you can actually walk back to without a huge loss of time. Past the
Hmm.
boat, you really don't want to go twice. But
I mean,
yeah,
past the boat, you at least can push the shortcut. Here, you're stuck hiking. You don't have the shortcut open. And on a different note, GTG play for Melrose is good. We're going to get some info
there's
here.
like 13 quotation marks around shortcut for the uh, pre-boat shortcut in Shadow Temple. I mean, it is faster to go down there, but I mean, pushing a block for that long of a distance is slow,
Alright,
glacial.
let's see what GTG has, because this is basically long shot locked right now. It's locked behind at least one hookshot.
At least, yeah.
Oh, Shadow Temple's only locked behind it Forest as we get it. It was only locked behind the Forest Medallion is only locked behind Shadow Temple, which is only locked behind one hookshot at this point. Opponent's song is either Prelude or Burning Cack. Well, technically, one hookshot would get his opponent's song no matter what. It depends what Rudo's letter is, because Jabu's the Fire Medallion. But a hookshot would get us both Shadow and Forest completion for the Forest and Water medallions. A hookshot in GTG would be funny. Funny in quotes at this point. I
I
will be
mean,
counting GTG keys because that's going to be important to our current logic mess.
it's not really an indication of how much progress we've made throughout the seed, but your mention of medallions made me realize that we've only collected one medallion. We did
Yep.
start with one, so we have two. We've only collected one medallion, almost an hour and 20 minutes into the seed.
Well, two of them are hookshot locked, one is hammer locked, and one is the Widow's Letter locked. None of which
Yes.
they have right now.
Like I said, we've made a lot of progress, but this is one of those seeds.
Yes, it is. Floosh, this was hinted to be dead. Might have missed a hint, though, as Melrose gets a heart piece here on the Bemo's chest. Yeah, if
And
there's a hookshot here in GTG, that confirms that the 50 Skulls hookshot is the logical first one.
just a bloopy from the Rolling Goron.
So Reverse Wasteland is not in logic, to clarify. Epona Song or Longshot is the only way to get here in logic in these settings. And Epona Song is either on Prelude or Burning Cat. That's the
Okay.
Kokiri Sword of no actual use because it's open Deku. Monkey number
Boo.
2. No, number 1, sorry. Anyone check and see the chest here because I can't.
I mean, I didn't see anything.
But yeah, GTG is locked behind either Epona Song or Longshot because Wasteland's not in logic. And Epona Song Epona Song is locked behind a hookshot. Possibly two if Rudo's letter is Longshot locked.
There's nothing in the middle. Nothing in the second. I need to up my quality to see what else. I didn't see the fourth. And there's a key up here, but there's nothing, absolutely nothing in the maze, so Melrose isn't even collecting the key. So
Okay,
the maze in
how
GTG
many
is
keys were in the
empty.
maze?
There was one in the invisible chest,
In
and
the ceiling
potentially
chest.
another one in the 4-key and 5-key locked chest, which I couldn't see. But there's no item in the maze.
No, I
So,
know. I'm trying to figure out if toilet's the key. That's why I'm not
right.
counting.
So
Saw 2 in the maze. Confirmed. Thank you.
someone in chat can confirm.
2 in the maze. Thanks. Including the ceiling chest or not including the ceiling chest, Virgo. But that's the. I'm counting.
We're at 4. Okay.
Is the 2 in the maze counting the hidden ceiling or not counting the hidden ceiling's the question? Because we know there's 2 on right side. There was 1 on hidden ceiling, and then 1 on left second. So yeah, we're at 4 total. Just counting to be sure. Right. Okay, so that's important because we want to know how many keys we have so far. I missed the Stalfo's chest though. Did someone see that?
It was nothing.
Oh yeah, we're seeing Cookshotless GTG now.
I
Did
mean,
not have Virus's audio on, so I don't know if he got it.
I mean, it seems that it hasn't like registered yet that we don't have hookshot. We're gonna be like this for a while. We the GTG play is very good because it gives us some stuff out of logic that could save a lot of time, but it's also kind of questionable because there's no Skulltula tokens in GTG, and
No.
you kind of have to be rushing Skulltulas at some point. So
I
it's a
mean, you're
gamble
doing this to
pay off big.
hoping you can avoid rushing Skulltulas, I guess.
Yeah.
Is basically what the choice is here. But yes, there is a setup to get that silver rupee in GTG. Basically, you use the wall master to pick you up, and on the way up, you get pulled right into the silver rupee. Is how that works. Zoro's getting her strengths now.
Rose pressing the switch.
Zoro commenting that spirit. Well, yeah, but she's going to be not so thrilled to see strength 3. You do want that wallet, Zoro.
More garbage.
Not, actually, she does have blue fire from King Zoro. For King Zoro, she doesn't technically need this. That's a big chest.
That's a Ruto's letter.
That's a really terrible spot for Ruto's letter.
I mean, that's a gamble that definitely paid off. That's 5 keys and 5 keys. Toilet is looking more and more like a key. That's
Alright, strength 3 here for Zoro.
Item. We're at 5 keys and we have yet to see the eye chest, both of the hammer room chest, and toilets. So that's 4 keys, right? We're only missing keys in GTG.
Yeah.
Or did I count wrong?
So that is, yeah, we're missing 2 hammer room, ice chest, pier, and toilet. 5 checks, 4 keys.
We picked pier.
Oh wait, yeah. So so toilet's a key then, it looks like?
I think everything that's left is a key. Well,
okay.
Then
or maybe not.
It seems that I miscounted somewhere.
Probably. It's hard to tell with peeking the maze, especially on Race when there's a lot going on. But yes, that letter is extremely hookshot locked. So hookshot locked is funny. If Epona's song is on Burning Cack, it's currently a 50-50. That means that was a confirmed. Nice score on Tunic.
I love this.
That tells us that the wallet in the well is not for that. Or it might be still because that's
that you hardly ever see. Like the cow Skulltula, the cow Roto Skulltula. Brilliant.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
They're going for all the skulls. But yeah, that Ruto's letter is extremely hookshot locked. Possibly longshot locked, depending on that 50-50 for Epona's at this point.
It was a repeat of the 40 skulls is not up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Song of Storms right now is still waiting the hero for a slingshot because nobody's got an adult spirit to confirm what that is.
and Iron Boots have to be Way of the Hero for Water Temple, unless I miscounted by 2 keys in Cube.
I'm. It seems very likely the toilet is almost certainly a key. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't check the toilet; it's hookshot locked. You literally need a hookshot to get one of the silver rupees to get in there. And to see, even though it's Foolish Valley, you're going to go for this soil skull anyway.
Of course you are. I mean, desperate times called for desperate measures. That's the 5 froggish tenors.
Thunder. Nobody's found Hook because one's on 50 skulls and the other is somewhere. Actually, that's an idea. I'm getting a bet going. Where's the other hookshot?
Where is the other hookshot? That's one of those big questions. Where do we come from? Where do we go? Where's the other hookshot? It's Kag is with the hero still, and we're getting a bunch of Skulltulas with those bugs.
Uh,
And the big house we have to.
Tenrova would be funny for a hookshot, honestly. That would. That's somewhere really mean. No. I mean, basically anywhere that's hookshot locked is pretty darn mean. At this point, considering it's 50 skills for the other one. We don't usually do bets when we're not looking for one item for Gomo, but I think it's appropriate here. Where has Longshot gone off to?
I mean, a super slow
Oh, that's
boss
another slingshot for
from
Floosh.
a super slow
Here.
boss from a stone
Hey, that's
dungeon
the
that
Fury Storm's
requires an
behind it.
item that's basically useless everywhere else is particularly mean. So that Rova hookshot is probably the worst possible place it can be.
Hmm. And where's the other in the right? And I'm scared of bringing the slingshot. Those Kokiri Storms. Oops. But yeah, where's the other hookshot that we've seen? 50 skulls. Yeah, there is Iron's Way the hero, which is Water Temple at this point confirmed. And we are seeing chickens.
So we already have a we already have a used for strength 2 with that Frutos letter, so that potentially solves a few of our paths, but I'm not willing to call it a
Yeah,
day
we have
still
seen Ice
because
Cavern. Hover Boots were in the Iron Boots chest, rather ironically. Icy Waters was useless, and Sun Song led to nothing.
yeah. Honestly, I hate myself for even saying this, but maybe Chickas is not that bad of a play.
It really isn't. Because our Kagway of the hero is still a bit of is not confirmed 100%. It's most likely for a slingshot for bombs, but technically it could be something else. We have not seen Adult Spirit. There is a 50-50 chance in Adult Spirit of having a small key on the Boulder's chest, which would put the slingshot from Sunblock Room into Logic, which would put our bomb bag into Logic without the Song of Storms. Yeah, we've had no forfeits yet, surprisingly. I'm a little surprised as well.
Hey, Devin is actually doing chickens. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, and in case
That's
anyone's
the
wondering
most
what our bet
surprising.
is, our bet currently is where's the other hookshot gone off to? Because we're missing it. It's in the game somewhere. We probably will see it eventually, but there's no guarantee, to be honest. Yeah. We're gonna see Jabu here for the first time from Mel. This is severely out of logic behind Hook. Severely out of logic at the moment behind our GTG access, wherever that's gone off to.
And that's a good thing. Oh,
And
okay.
that's a hammer on chickens. Well,
That's something that we need to get eventually. Chickens were the play.
Storms is not wave the hero for a
Wow.
slingshot, but Cax wave the hero for that hammer instead.
Yes, that makes so much more sense. Wow. I would have lost this race. 100%. I would have lost this race. Last place. Not even close.
We are not in we are actually, yes. If assuming they all get that 50 skulls hookshot, we are in restream glow mode. It still could be strength 3 way of the hero. We still don't know what Zora's domain. What are Iron Boots in Zora's domain way of the hero for is a big question. I mean, remember that Naruto's letter is severely out of logic in GTG. We have no GTG access. Epona Song is on Prelude or Burning Cack, and Longshot is Hookshot's on 50 skulls, Longshot's who knows where. Yeah, lights can't be directly Way of the Hero. Lights can't be Way of the Hero on King Zora, but they can be behind our Way of the Hero items. Longshot could be vanilla, honestly. That would explain a few things.
I mean,
yes, Iron Boots were in double Way of the Hero DC. They are confirmed Way of the Hero because the only other things we saw in DC were the equally Way of the Hero Boomerang, a not Way of the Hero Bottle, and a definitely not Way of the Hero Double Defense. We have seen all 10 copies of all the Way of the Heroes, so we know for certain that Iron's our Way of the Hero.
I mean, the
question
only
is
thing
what our Way of the Hero
really happening
for?
from that Zora's domain with the hero is really strength 3 for lights inside Ganon's castle, or like.
We have 2 bottles waved in logic. We have.
That's it, because lens is definitely not required.
No,
and
lens is 100% not it.
OGC has nothing, so yeah, it has to be that lights are inside Ganon's castle in the light trial.
So our 2 bottles are back of Cack Grotto and DC, and the DC bomb flower platform next to the bomb bag chest. Both are equally available. Well, not equally available. Well, technically, you need a little bit more for the DC bomb flower platform, but it's available without a bottle. Basically, is what it boils down to. Is the big point. No, alright, Devin's gonna do Child Spirit here. I do want to see Adult Spirit, just out of curiosity still, because there are these number of checks in there, but... Heck, yeah, basically we're just missing a hookshot for all sorts of logic. I mean, the hookshot's in logic, none of them have it because it's on 50 skulls. 50 skulls has been in logic for a long time, for about an hour, I think, actually.
We are buying beans an hour and 34 minutes in. I love it. This seed is gloriously awful.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a very... I agree, serious business. There's a good chance that it's Iron leading to Longshot with Epona's and Burning Cack and Strength 3 leading to Light Arrows, but it could be something a little bit more wonky.
For the Strength 3 into Lights, I don't think it can be anything else at this point.
Strength 3, it could be King Zora still. We have not seen King Zora, remember.
Oh. Oof. Okay.
If King Zora's Way of the Hero for a mirror shield, I'm gonna die laughing. Because it's possible.
I mean, I think we've had enough. I think this is enough chaos for one seed. Although you were wondering whether or not you were going to add this to your list. Maybe that Kinzora for Mirror Shield is what this seed needs to make the cut.
Possible. Oh, Kirby fans got a stupid idea. Light Strike we waited here for a long time in Light Trial for Light Arrows in Darunia. And that would be assuming opponents is on Prelude, and also that would be really quite bad. No one's checked King Zora VXR. Only Zoro's the nice coward, and since she KZ skipped, she couldn't get back quickly to do KZ, and nobody else has been to Ice at all. OGC has been checked. It was deader than dead. I think it was a heart piece.
Yeah.
Theoretically, there could be a second wallet around here someplace for King Zora, because our Rudo's letter's not in logic. There's several levels of stupid available right now, and I'm not sure what it actually is. There's definitely second slingshot. Chest and Sunblock Room here was the other slingshot. Which is what we were debating over Song of Storms Wave of the Hero for an age and a half, though that's cleared up and that Song of Storms is not necessarily Wave of the Hero, all it is confirmed Hammer. On chickens, of all things.
Is Flush actually revisiting London Ranch? How
He's
often does that
revisiting London
happen?
Ranch for the skulls. It is 3 really fast night skulls. It makes sense.
No, it's definitely a great play, but how often do you see London Ranch twice unless you spawn there?
When you're doing 50 skulls without a hookshot is when you do this.
Yeah, that's about it. I don't think there's anything else in the list.
Yeah, and apparently, good point from chat. Flush is going to be at 46 skulls here from this. That is impressive. He's been really going for it.
Flush is a trooper. Man.
Because he is going ham on this. In the meantime, Melrose has found nothing at all in Chapu. Devin's taking a bit of a break, I assume. He has not got quit. He's just taking a bathroom break or something, or maybe just a thing. Because we can all tell that... Sorry. We can all tell that we're going to be here for a while, so... makes sense to do. Have a bit of a thank you break.
Zoro being less ballsy and probably more reasonable and equipping the Hylian shield.
Indeed.
This room is just hell if you want to preserve that Deku shield. Yeah, but there's not much to be found here in Spirit Temple.
Yeah, I have to agree with chat. We are probably seeing the 3-hour mark at this rate.
Mero's having a bit of trouble with Baronade.
Yeah,
but
Baronade.
That's a great backup.
Yep, there we go.
That
remember that we have
through Baronade.
Yeah.
Are we gonna see Hyrule Castle 3 hint? Is that what's happening now?
So.
Lucius side?
He really wants 50 before he goes back adult, I think.
I mean that's great. It's just rupees and as a reward for beating Baronade, nothing on Jabu. I mean, you have to beat Jabu, but it doesn't get us any closer to that hookshot.
Nope. Well, there were 4 skulls in it, so it wasn't complete garbage.
I mean, sure, those weren't randomized, but no, 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 no. What?
Okay, I wasn't.
Okay,
Are there
there's a bunch
bomb
of here.
refills in here for Floosh?
Yeah,
Because otherwise, okay,
there is.
good. I was like, ha!
That's a
Thanks for the
repeat
other.
of the 50 skulls. That's a nice
Thanks,
twist. Okay,
thanks for the second 50
I'm
hidden.
definitely here if I don't know already that 50 skulls is a hookshot. Definitely.
In case you forgot, there's the other 50 hidden. Yep. Oh, hey,
Yeah.
Zoro see doing Adult Spirit now. This is new. But yeah, that's a great spot for the other 50 hidden. Which is redundant because by the time you get here, you'll have seen the
You
50
know.
hidden.
You definitely know. At the
And,
very least, you have
okay,
a
that
very
was
strong suspicion.
Compass Chest of Spirit must be the last small key, by the way. The third small key, by the way. Slingshot and Spirit was actually Slingshot Lock. Then, no, it wasn't because Dins and Shenanigans. Hmm. Yeah, no. Anyway, logic things, the wonkiness. It's uh, uh, DMC Fairy was junk. I'm not sure how many skulls Sora has, I'll be honest. I totally missed the count there for her. But if she only has 20, that's bad. Sora hasn't been going for skulls nearly as hard as the others, I've noticed.
I know
Um,
that we've been an hour and 40 minutes without a hookshot, but it really hit me right now when Zoro actually started climbing the whole ladder, the whole steps uh, to this to this mirror room. I
Oops,
don't
big
remember
item
the
here,
last
by
time
the
I got
way.
to the base of that climbable wall and I didn't just immediately pull the
Thanks for the
hookshot.
blue fire bubble game.
I
Very
mean, that's
nice.
convenient. We don't know what the second wallet is. Zoro doesn't even know what the first one is. So,
Does she? She's the one who's been to Ice Cavern, so I don't remember if she still has a blue fire bottle, though.
well, that's true.
That is bottle percent on a different note. That Zoro was probably hoping for the other hook shot, but no luck. We know that Longshot will not be in Fire Temple. That's another major item.
That's a loaded spirit. Now, how do we get there? Okay, now you just have to
Boots.
climb the other side. But that's another. Well, that's the boss key,
That's a
but
box key,
still.
yes. We're gonna see Colossus Fairy here, which I think is new. But yeah, if Devin is
No,
doing
we
Fire
saw that
Temple,
before.
using it to think.
We went to GTG. We checked this Colossus Ferry along the way.
Okay, no, I don't. Yeah, Devin's just using Foolish Fire to think about things and where he's going next, how to route skulls and all that. There's also several skulls in Fire Temple. And oh no. Really, game? Really? That's a mirror shield on the Colossus hat. Right hand.
That's the last thing you want to see in that chest.
A statue hand, sorry. Well, at least it does mean that the mirror shield's not on King Zora. For what little that's worth. Not much.
Not much. Really, really not much.
Oh, and that is only
One
21
skulls.
skulls for Zoro.
That's
That's
painful.
bad.
That's gonna take a while to get the hook shot.
Yeah. And we're seeing fire here from Flush as well, so we'll get around this a bit. I mean, you can climb further in Adult Spirit without hookshot. I think Zora just doesn't want to do it. Don't blame her. And Flush has decided. Oh, yeah, no, Flush doesn't have a hammer. He can't continue with fire. Whoops. Right.
Yeah, when do you do chickens?
I
That
don't know
uh,
because
icy
at this
waters.
point everyone's probably assuming it's storms for slingshot
What
for
is it? We were
fire
like
arrows.
a meter from the item, and I couldn't tell what is in icy waters.
It's a bomb
What was it,
refill. We
chat?
saw that earlier.
Oh,
And Melrose
Okay.
will actually be the first to unface King Zora because he did move King Zora earlier. He's dealing with Ruto's letter, so he will be able to do that. So we'll see for sure what our domain way over here is.
Well,
And Zora's continuing spirit. Never mind.
that's definitely some good info.
But yeah, Iron Boots must be way of the hero for Water Temple. Toilet's a key. GTG has nothing in the deeper in the maze. Code's a key.
That's
GTG deep maze has nothing. Icy Waters is dead, and Tech Deck Grottos are useless gold scale. So
that's 21 skulls for Zoro, 32 for Devon, about 46, 47 for Flush.
mm,
And does anyone know how many Melrose has?
no idea. He will be getting skulls here in Ice, so we'll see it then. Yeah, Zoro's hoping King Zora's nothing, and it's just Lights and Light Trial for that strength 3 wave a hero. King Zora
Without
cannot be
shot?
directly wave a hero for Lights.
Can you get any of the skulls without the hookshot?
Oh, you can, right. Oops.
it like I said, it's really hard to think of playing this game without the hookshot. We're so
I don't
used to it. It's like playing without a sword. Come on, you have a sword. What do you mean without a sword? The same thing.
Also, our issue right now with light arrows is that Zora's domain is Wave the hero. The only thing we found in there is a strength upgrade. All 3 strength upgrades are equally available. And, is that another small key on the Colossus' right
And
hand?
OGC has nothing. So either Strength 3 locks lights inside Ganon's castle, or the one check that we haven't done inside Zora's Fountain, Zora's Domain, which is the King Zora, is the way of the hero instead of Strength 3.
Lights could be in King's Zora. Lights would not make sense on King's Zora because they can't be directly Way of the Hero, and Strength 3 would lock nothing if Lights are on KZ. Lights cannot be there directly. Otherwise, our domain Way of the Hero is complete and utter nonsense. King Zora could be our other headshot for the giggles. Ruto's letter is in GTG. Opponent's song is Burning Cack or Prelude behind our hookshot. At least one hookshot, if not both, if it's Burning Cack. GTG right side, to be clear. We have the issue is getting in the door of getting to GTG logically as we get our Bosky chest for Bosky for Fire is in a lower maze, which isn't too bad. Devon's gonna get the Sculpture over here as well before he leaves. And Flush is you can't Flush, you can't get this skull without a hookshot.
I mean,
Last tag, we logically need both hookshots for Burning Cack because you need to be able to physically get to GTG.
Oh, okay, yeah. Flush. It's the same issue that we've been having. Flush also just remember that he doesn't have a hookshot. Even though he's getting
They're
that
an
skull
hour
to get the hookshot.
49. They're an hour 49 in with no hookshot in sight. It's great. And only Melrose has a Ruto's letter, and only Devon has a hammer. Those are also really bad because of where they are, honestly.
Yeah.
Like the
Brutus is
hammer's
not.
just bad because it's chickens. The hookshot is bad. The Ruto's letter is bad because no one wants to go to GTG because it's so badly out of logic.
I mean, you eventually have to get access to GTG, and Brutus is honestly not that bad. It's kind of hinted with all the Way of the Hero strengths that we have.
No, it is not.
No, not directly hinted by the Way of the Heroes, but we did get a lot of strengths in Way of the Hero locations, so that Fruito's
That
letter
tells
is
us
one of
nothing,
those
Pansari,
checks.
because all 3 strengths are available. All 3 strengths being available means that 2 strengths tells us nothing at all about Wave of Heroes because any 2 work.
That is
Strength 3 is. That's just generally not how Way of the Hero hints work.
Yeah.
I mean, you can interpret it that way, but that's not how they work. Alright, we're gonna see King Zora here from Melrose and confirm our conundrum if there was a domain.
Okay, the moment of truth. No, Volvagia! Wow! Of course it is!
Wow!
Of course it is. I mean, what else would the hookshot be? Come on. Well,
That's logical long shot, by the way.
oh yeah. I think we're throwing every piece of logic out of the window right now. We're getting our GTG access through the back door, and we're beating the seat, saying, giving the middle finger to logic.
Zoro skipped King Zora because she KZ skipped. She didn't have a good way back, which is going to bite her. At least she's gonna get her hammer here. Alright, Forest Temple for Melrose is finally a new place. But yeah, King Zora. So, logical long shot on King Zora. Yay! That's really quite bad. Where is Giant's Wallet? That's a really good question, honestly.
Is it? Would Giant's wallet actually save this seat from being absolutely hideous? I don't think so.
It's hot garbage no matter what. To be clear, but that hookshot is behind 50 Skulls hookshot confirmed. You need. Oh jeez. So this is everything's giving me a minor headache at this point. Yeah, Iron Boots are Way of the Hero, and one of Longshot or Strength Ray is Way of the Hero. Light arrows on Morpha, anyone? Is what this seems to be smelling like. Also, I never actually closed that for a long shot, or for the other hook shot. Closing it and selecting a winner. Tavile was the first person to guess King Zora, so you win. Jenny B's also guessed King Zora, so there's that. Lovely spots. Excellent. I will not be resolving the prediction until we see light arrows, because we do not know if Longshot is hard required for those yet. Longshot could be hard required if we have seen Icy Waters. Bomb refill is Stantia. We confirmed that a while ago. Sort of went near like a good hour ago-ish for Ice Cavernous. She hears her butt. Yes, hears her hammer. And hovers for Floosh. But we've known for a while that Iron Boots must be for Water Temple. Whether that's for doing whether that's for an item in Water Temple or for all dungeons for Saria's son, we do not know.
Flush saw those hovers and got an idea about collecting an extra skull claw. I don't know if you can, but I mean, it's worth a try.
I don't think you can, but worth trying, I guess.
Oh, that angle was off, but I think that was actually possible. He's going for it. That looked like the right height. It really did. He just got.
Yeah, it is all 7 chickens in these settings, and it is chest texture matches contents.
Yep.
Yeah, Mel can now finish all dungeons but Fire Temple, so he'll be bottlenecked by that hammer eventually. Fire's foolish, so it'll take them all to get there, but there are so many shenanigans here going on here. It's kind of ludicrous. Yeah, that It feels very much like our light arrows are in or behind Water Temple, basically. Yeah, rather hook shots on King Zora, the Thunder.
Yeah, Kinzora, chickens, and what's the other one? There was another terrible place they had to collect an item.
Read those letters pretty bad, honestly.
Oh,
And
50
very
skulls!
nicely
50
done for
skulls!
Flush.
50 skulls is the other terrible place. Much worse
Yes,
than
50
those letters.
Skull was terrible. Yeah, we
Yes.
haven't solved our Irons wave, the hero, and our domain wave, the hero is not making sense right now either. We also don't know what our logical access to King Zora is. It's either the wallet or Epona song on Prelude. We don't know where Giant's wallet is. If that's in the Water Temple, I'm going to be very amused. But something's got to be somewhere.
I mean, I'm not sure we'll actually check Water Temple because it's probably just for GTG access. Whatever is there is very likely to just give us that.
Well, it's complicated. Honest answer. And Chat was asking if you can get to this, if Devin can get to that mirror shield. Apparently, I'm not honestly sure without hover boots. Apparently not. We don't want to see lights in Lost Woods. We don't want to see lights in Goron City. We really don't want to see. We don't. Lights on Morph would be pretty horrendous too.
There
Well,
was
it
some
could be hammerlocked.
exciting action with the modeling for
Hmm.
Flush. He has a quarter of a heart. He
But
fell.
we will eventually see Burning Cack from Melrose in like 25 minutes or so. Because he will eventually finish Fords and Shadow and hopefully figure out our song layout. I would like to know where that Epona song is, because there's a few different things that King's Sora logic kind of depends on that right now.
I mean, whatever the case, once you do get hookshot, there's so much progression that you have to do, that you can do, that you kind of have to do it. At least most of it immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're gonna be kind of railroading for a little bit. It's all new stuff, so it's still exciting for us. But
There we go. Devin gets the jump. That is pretty tricky. And gets a mirror shield for his troubles. He's not happy with it.
yeah,
Staring at it, hammering the chest. I'm not exactly sure how that worked, but it did, and he's mad as Flush gets his hook shot. Flush also pausing for a moment, like, really?
yeah.
That's
I mean,
where it
how can you
was?
not? Not just a moment. He's already confused again. He's thinking maybe I don't even collect any more Skulltulas, but that was number 50, so I guess you do collect them.
I mean, he's just right there. But yeah, Flush is not happy. Flush is not happy. Oh, I feel bad for Zoro because she did ice a good hour and something ago. She just hasn't been back for KZ. And when's she going back? Because Zoro doesn't have a lot of skulls. She's only in her 20s right now, I believe.
I mean, she does have that hammer going for her, so
There is that. She does have a
that's
hammer.
a big advantage that it's not easily made up for. So
If Epona is on Prelude, both irons and Longshot need to lead to lights. Correct.
the issue with Zoro is that she's not collecting Skulltulas too efficiently, so that's gonna cost her. But if she did have a bunch of Skulltulas, then maybe she could not go for Kinzora, depending on how the scene
Yeah, the
eventually
thing
turns
is,
out.
Zoro needs at least one of the hook shots. We don't know if
Of
they need
course,
both, but they need at least one.
yeah,
The
that's what I'm
question
saying. If she was collecting more Skulltulas more efficiently, then maybe
that, by the
it's
way,
not
is
so
a
bad.
really stupid spot for a bow for Belrose. That's vanilla. That's a really, really silly spot for a bow. Thanks, game!
I mean, does that change the logic of bow availability? I mean, it doesn't change any of our hints, but
No, our other bows were both available. The MT Fairy and the Impa Cow Heart piece, so that doesn't change anything, it's just funny.
yeah.
No, and Devin does have blue fire, so he's gonna be able to get the hookshot here because he got blue fire from somewhere else. And happy 2 hours. Happy in quotes indeed. PXR. Give
I'm
our
very
runners
happy.
a follow. These guys are having a fun day. Din's fire was in the last one's bomb grotto.
You just need to look at Zoro's face to know how much fun she's having.
Yep. It's not visible in reach, but you can go to Zoro's personal channel, link there in chat to check it out. Which reminds me, it's at the 2 hour mark here. Give our runners a follow. Zoro, Floosh, Melrose, and Devin, to our co-compensary, and to our trekkers, Leland, Jenny B, Starlight, and Joda with J.
We have a Starlight and a Star. Very nice. And of course, Sharas the Star, who's here very, very, very often, every
And
week.
there is Devin
Always doing stuff behind the screen.
staring at that hookshot.
Yeah, understandable. I mean, it's 2 hours
Unfortunately,
into the
he's
scene,
leaving.
and you're
He's
just
leaving his
getting your
cover boots
hookshot.
for a while. Oh no, Devin. Oh no.
It's
He's not
2
gonna be
hours
getting
into the scene, and you're just getting your hookshot, and you thought you knew where your hookshot was. But it turns out that you've been wasting your time, or maybe not. You don't even know if you've been wasting your time collecting so many Skull Plus. That weird, like, cutscene delay that happens sometimes in this puzzle room is unnerving.
What happened to Zoro? Because I completely missed it in chat saying F. I assume the heat timer got tricky.
I missed it completely because there was a bug in Melrose's screen.
She fell off the platform. Oof, that does
Oh,
hurt.
well, she has FW. Oh, as it was writing. Okay.
Since Ferris Wheel, she's just gonna leave it behind for later. It's just a late medallion. There's nothing
Yeah,
to
it
be
doesn't
gained
really
from
matter.
beating it.
Yeah, with no tunic.
Mm.
No, it
Yep,
makes
because
sense.
your Goron tunic is in GTG. Near the Rudo's letter, she doesn't have. She is going to get her hookshot here, though, which is good. She's gonna feel really bad because she could have had this an hour and a half ago
And
almost.
she's the only runner without a wallet to be able to actually buy that Goron tunic, so
Mm. That wasn't the. Oh, yeah, because Zoro's peeked it in the well and decided to leave it behind. I was trying to remember how she didn't do that. But yeah, good thing for Zoro. She's getting that hookshot. Phew.
this is huge. That leaves us with 2 runners with both hookshot and hammer.
Yep. Because Melrose is
Nobody
missing.
has a hookshot at least. Does anyone have the long shot?
Oh,
I don't
no
think
one's gotten 50 skills.
collected it.
Only Floosh is at 50. The others are not there. I think Zoro's in the 20s. I'm not sure where Devin and Melrose are at for skills.
Yeah, Flush got the 50 skulls and immediately walked to SFM, Sacred Forest Medal, so he never went and collected it. Plus, we can see it in the C button that it's the hookshot sprite, the model, the icon.
Zoro's response to her hookshot was lol lol lol, and I could have done that ages ago.
The question now is, does Zoro hedge her bets and decide that Longshot is bait? Because she's only
He's
at
so
24
low on
skull
skulls,
dog.
she might.
I think it's a reasonable play.
Yeah, so she's only at 24. It would suck for her to get 50 at this point.
Unless you're just not willing to forfeit and you want to get the best average time possible, it's probably worth saying, you know what, at this point, I'm not collecting Skulltulas, I'm hedging my bets.
Oh, she's finishing Shadow first. This is interesting. We're gonna see stuff. So, Quad Forest for about 2 seconds. Not that it
Good.
would have been all that long anyway, since Smells is on Phantom Canyon, but anyhow.
You know, the sooner she finishes a shadow, the sooner she has FW available to her for the other dungeons. I mean,
That's
it
true,
just
too.
makes sense.
This time
There's some
she's using
minor
Ferocious to
time
speed up
save.
the pop.
There's a minor time save in Forest with FW, so
There is. Also minor fight time save here in this for the pot rooms. Gonna get the key in just for Roar so you don't have to kill all the keys in here.
yep.
Don't use Auroras yet, Zoro. I think that was a miss menu, miss button. And that is Forest
She's
Temple done
collecting
tomorrow.
Skull. And that was not 4 blinks. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was fairly late, but still in time. Do you know how to count to 4? Then you can do this strat too. Just count to 4 blinks, and that's when you drop the chew. It's that easy.
Oh, Melrose is rereading the medallion layout. Just to make sure Shadow Temple's a medallion, I guess, before he goes there. And okay, we're seeing Water Temple, everyone, for Melrose. Let's see why on earth is why are our remaining Way of the Heroes Way of the Hero?
To be fair to Melrose, he spent the last 2 hours not even being able to consider what dungeon to do. So of course he's forgotten which dungeons he actually does have to finish.
Mel doesn't have dins. Oh no! This Mel serious? Mel never got dins? Oh no. That's in the last one's Bomb Grotto. Ouch. That's bad. Prelude, Mel can't get the Prelude check until he beats Forest Temple, which he can't, with Shadow Temple, which he can't do until he finds his dins. That's an ouch for Mel.
I mean, that does mean that we get to see some Water Temple action, and we've been wanting to check this place for a long time.
Yeah, Melrose finished Forest. The issue is he can't do Shadow Temple without the Din's Fire that we all forgot he doesn't have until now, because his Din's Fire is in the Lost Woods Bomb Grotto, and because explosives were really bad, I think Mel was last to his bomb bag in the graveyard. He never got there.
It's like a place that you go past like 5 times throughout the game.
Yeah.
Of course, we forgot.
You just forgot because he didn't have he only had choose for a long time. Melrose, I think, was our last runner to get a bomb bag from the graveyard.
Suffering from success. You have so many warp zones that you never walked. He never walked anywhere, so he never had a reason to actually check that grotto.
Yeah. All right. I'm counting Water Temple keys before I forget, because logic purposes. Map had 1. Correct Wall had a 2nd. Just to keep track of what's long shot locked, basically here, because.
Yep.
Yeah, Central Pillar is a 3rd. I'm looking for 5.
Yep. Since.
Because if Morpha can be relevant here, Central Bow Target is relevant because hovers are out of logic behind Ruto's letter, behind
Water
things.
Temple key logic is funny because you can literally throw away your first 4 keys. So you need 5 to get anywhere, even
Yeah,
though
you need
you
five
only
at
really need
least.
2.
Yeah, you need 5 for both Darklink, River Chest, and Bosky Chest, because those are all 5. Because those are all behind 2 locked doors, and the logic assumes you use your keys on the other 3 key doors before you use them on the 2 you need. Or missing.
Either 4 key doors, even though there's not a fourth in Rando. I did never. I
There's
don't
5
remember.
in Randos, 6 in Vanilla.
Right. So there's 6 keys, but the logic still considers that the 6th key is a thing.
Oh, the 6th key can be on Darklink, River Chest, Bosky Chest, because you don't need all 6. And Zoro's side, the back of Shadow has not had much. I totally missed the Bosky chest. That's a big item here.
It was trash. It was a small chest.
Thanks for the paperweight game. Nice.
There was
Really
nothing
needed that.
in Vanilla Bosky.
Okay, thanks. My big question was whether or not that was a key, so.
Nah.
Good info.
Just a plain old small wooden chest.
There's Devin's vanilla bow. And we have actually had 3 forfeits now. Not surprised.
That's another key in the strength and bow locked chest in Water Temple.
That's really good info, because that's very out. That's long shot locked at the moment. Because that chest is either long shot or hovers locked, and hovers are behind long shot right now due to Epona Song being they're just out of logic right now. Period. Actually, that's a big chest or a major item. Yeah, 3 benefits, no finishes. That would have been amazing if we'd gotten the first. Really?
Okay, that's a
Really?
So
Oh.
that's long shot. There you go.
That's a long shot in logic. And logic in general. Wahoo game! Wahoo! Thanks. So where's Light still?
Well, that one doesn't worry me. That one's always hinted.
Iron's Wave the hero for a wallet for. Iron's Wave here for wallet and water for Longshot on King Zora to get Rudo's letter from GTG. Stellar Seed.
So that's kind of Paradox letter? Indirectly?
Kinda, sorta. So that does not so that does so that which would imply opponents is on Burning Cap.
Is Lights on Prelude?
If lights are on Prelude, I'd be very amused. Oh, if opponents is on lights could not. If opponents is on Burning Cap, lights cannot be on Prelude because that could be actually, yeah, if that's the case. If opponent is on Prelude, lights are on Morpho or otherwise behind Saria's song. We know Shoot the Sun is dead. Well, actually, Longshot locks boat. Well, yeah, boat target does not lock both. Boat target is not hard Longshot locked. It's Longshot or hovers because Wallet gets us to both. Well, hovers are Longshot locked. Boat target's Longshot locked. Water Temple's depths are pretty much all Longshot locked right now. It's a whole thing. Small chest on Darklink.
I mean, it can't be one of my commentary seats if there's no discussion about horseback archery, so my bet of Light Arrows is HPA. Just because of tradition.
It's possible, yeah.
There's no logic to it. It's just a meme, but it checks out. It just happens every time. I'm cursed or blessed with HBA required seats. It's a thing.
Mm-hmm. And what was River Chest? Because I missed it.
Uh, uh, I have no idea. Melrose isn't collecting it, so it's either a key or garbage.
Nothing. Okay.
So is that a key on Morpha?
5th keys on Morpha, boss keys on Dragon Chest.
Yeah, okay.
Although, wait. Darklink was an item. Compass was an item. What was Torch's chest in water again? Because I missed it. I'm missing a key somewhere. I'm not remembering where I missed a key.
I can't tell, honestly. It's been a long time. This was an item according to chat.
Compass, torches, Darklink, boss key
And boss
chest.
key. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's 4.
Yeah.
Only 4 items in Water Temple.
Yeah.
That's sad. And Melrose finally has Shadow Temple access, so it couldn't take long. I mean, if you don't do chickens until very late into the sea, that's understandable. But you eventually check this grotto. Kind of have to. So Melrose immediately unequips Tin's Fire on the way to the pedestal. That was an interesting play. It's 2 hours in without a hookshot. Every brain is fried completely. It's the middle of the summer. Very, very hot.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just having a brain fart. I think I just miscounted the key somewhere in Water Temple, and it doesn't much matter because Water Temple is empty.
All 4 items are accounted for, so it doesn't matter where the key layout is, we just know where there aren't items.
Yeah. Yeah, logic is a whole mess and a half today. That's the thing. Yeah, hammering on chickens is a big problem. Fruito's letter on GTG is kind of bad. And then there's the manner of where lights went to.
2 hours without a hookshot is on Randobot, but 2 hours without a shield is self-inflicted. Flush, go buy a shield already. So we're using bomb strats. That's
She does only have 6 hearts. She needs bomb strats to take down Volv without a tunic.
yeah, that's 6 damage from stunning Volvagia 3 times, 4 damage from a jump slash with BGS, which leaves 14 damage left to be done with bombs, or 7 bombs. That's 24 damage. That's Volvagia done.
So that's fire done for Zoro. She doesn't have letter for Jabu and hasn't done Forest yet. It will be a little bit yet till we see the prelude check. I really want to see the ready to check. I want to know what Vera's opponent's on, because there's a whole bunch of things. You've seen every dungeon except for the very end of Spirit Temple, yeah. Which is just boss key chest, mirror shield chest, top of spirit, and Tonroba.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
I think it's very hard to not last location is something in this seed. Either hammer or the hovers are sort of lousy, lighters really lousy.
I mean,
Lights
there
are,
are,
whether or not lights are my castle. Yeah, because lights are confirmed behind our domain way of the hero at this point.
which means strength. Strength. Yeah.
Strength or long shot.
Or long shot.
And how
Well,
much we know irons are way of the hero. They can only be way of the hero for the wallet if opponents is on Burning Cack. If opponents is on Prelude, the irons must be way of the hero to beat Water Temple, because nothing else has been irons locked.
that's 2 keys, and Melrose is giving Skull to us.
Mm-hmm. Devin is getting DC skills. Devin is smelling the AD.
I'm not sure how many skulls Melrose has, but he has Mark 26 in his tracker, and he's just walking past the Skulltula. So I think Melrose has decided that he's not collecting any more skulls.
Also, we have a finisher. GG Cesaria's object. First place, 221.43. Wowly. GG.
I mean, I'll put good money into Saria subject. Just decided I'm not collecting Skulltulas and just went for it and found the hookshot. GG's.
That's quite a time on this mess.
It definitely is.
Which tells me it's probably not all dungeons for lights, considering that'd be amazing if one managed to do 50 skills in AD in 2 hours 21 minutes on this mess.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he had to have checked KZ, so that tells me opponents on
I
Burning
started
Cack
this
and
stream
lights on
saying
Light Trial.
will the changes to songs kill Rush Eyes as a strategy? I think Rush Eyes was definitely the play, and
Oh, it
I think Rush
absolutely
Eyes
was.
absolutely gave you the win.
I'll world a prediction at a later point, because I do still want to actually see the lights officially, but that is an impressive finish. I've ever seen one. As Devin gets that wallet and takes a stare at it, she's like, wait, what? Just he has to be remembering that King Zora's long hookshot. And what that did to the logic. But that is a very interesting finish time indeed. Oh my jeez.
I mean, do you even expect anyone else to finish within the next 20 minutes?
No, to be
I
honest.
think it's likely. I
Because
think
that
it's
tells me
just
that
someone who
Cyrus
made
Subject
the
had to
right
have rushed
bet.
KZ early to get the hookshot and skip a bunch of the nonsense this lot all did.
Right. That's what it looks like.
Cariosa is in this race, yeah. Also known for some interesting gambles, so he might also manage to make a decent time, but this is just such a bad seed. We are unsurprisingly also now at 4 forfeits. Someone dot quit after Sorry is not done because it Idiot seed.
I mean, that has to be demoralizing. You're just kind of looking for something, something to grasp, and someone's finished already.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's
This
not
is a
the
very messy logic seed.
like I said. I don't expect many finishes. I'll be surprised if 10 people sub 3. Let's see.
This is gonna be a low amount of sub 3s, I think, yeah. Because it's not just the hookshot nonsense. It's also
It's also
there's also
chickens.
hammer. Ruto's letter's kind of obnoxious, honestly. It's the hookshots, it's a hammer, it's letter, it's
Logic is very wonky.
a
There's a lot
spaghettified
of
mess of logic. Yeah,
there's a lot of
it's not fun.
bait.
It's not an easy one.
Yeah, this is a mess. I don't expect 10 sub 3s. That's my bet. Well, someone in chat was saying earlier that NA weekly ended too quickly. Does this count for you weekly? Did you weekly end too quickly?
Mm.
Someone finished pretty fast.
Yeah. Someone finished fast. No one else is at this rate, considering this is such a seed.
There's no chance we get like 5 more people in the next 10 minutes. But someone did.
Mm-hmm. Logic is kind of messy, serious business, due to. I think it's the Iron's Wave the hero that really make for a mess involving King Zora, more or less at this point, because assuming that, with that finish time, it's highly unlikely Sari's object did 50 skulls and all dungeons, so lights are probably light trial and the opponents would be on burning cack.
There's also the fact
So that Irons could be Wave the hero to purchase to get the second wallet to buy blue fire to unfreeze King Zora, to
there's
get
also the
log shot to get logical log shot to reach GTG to reach Rudo's letter to reach hover boots to beat the seed.
King Zora is also one check in an area where you already have 2 potential Wave of the Hero. I mean, saying that it's not messy is looking at where we are now and applying it to an hour into the race. That's not fair. An hour into the race, you have plenty of reasons to be confused about where the fuck is this lens supposed to help me, or things like that, right?
Yeah, like
Have a
there's
lot
a
more
reason
input now
why
than we did.
yeah, like we completely missed the 1 hour mark as we were discussing what happened to Logic.
Yes, and what wasn't happening, and that was getting bombs or hookshot. We got bombs somewhat early. Hookshot was just not happening.
No, not at all.
I mean, we also got 42s within the next 30 minutes, which might as well be a bomb bucket.
Because it's one thing to look at the logic of a seed in hindsight versus look at the logic of a seed during the middle of trying to figure it out. There's Zora's Vanilla Bow.
I can explain to you a seed that I commentated in which you needed Ruto's letter was hinted as path because you needed to empty it to unfreeze King Zora because that was the only logically available bottle. And I can tell you about that, and you think, oh, that's not so bad. But while you are playing the seed, where you are
sorry, interruption.
watching the seed unfold,
Oh
that's
no,
not
Melrose
easy to
just
play.
died. Sorry, Melrose just died of bongo. Ouch.
Oh.
He's gonna hike
That's
all
a
the way
walk of
back.
shame. no shortcut or anything. And
But to
the entire
clarify,
build rate. Ugh. How long is that? That's like a couple of minutes of time loss.
maybe. Oh, actually, never mind. Lighters don't even have to be in Light Trail. They can be much of anywhere, because with that finished time, Saria's object cannot have done all dungeons for that to be the long shot way of the hero. So long shot irons way of the hero. So long shot irons must be way of the hero for the wallet to get King Zora, to get long shot to get GTG access for Rudo's letter, to beat Jabu with Epona's Unburning Hack. So Longshot and Iron's both wave the hero for wallet for Longshot
Right,
for letter. And so that means that those are tied up and light arrows can be anywhere.
right.
Welcome
Jump.
in, CSR May, rating with a party of 134. We have a logical mess.
We have all kinds of a mess, not just in terms of logic. We are collecting 50 skulls, although we don't really have to. We are unfreezing Kinzora. We are. What else? We are going all the way out to GTG for no reason, just to tell Kinzora about his daughter to let us pass. It's
Yeah.
been a ride. We have all kinds of logic that points to Water Temple for Water Temple to be completely useless, at least
It's just
in
for
terms
a
of how we
wallet.
succeed. It's worthless.
Yep.
It's
It's
bad.
logical. It's logical, really lousy paradox ladder.
Yeah,
uh,
all the logic that was pointing to Water Temple was to get the second wallet to be able to thaw Kinzora, which is pointless because you can just enter Ice Cavern by skipping
yeah.
Kinzora with the glitchless setup. So
Yep.
that's a thing. There's a lot of bait, a lot of. There's very few locations with many items, all of which are in Way of the Hero locations. It's been an interesting seed, and somehow someone finished in 2 hours and 21 minutes.
Yep. I do have these orders now to check Andrew because it's long, it's slow, it's out of the way, and it's also a bit of a running meme. Because it's long, slow, and out of the way.
Oh, of course, that's the other check that I was forgetting. How can I forget chickens?
Chickens indeed.
Of course.
Yeah. And Melrose, the only person on Restream who has Rudo's letter. Unfortunately, Melrose is going to be made. It did actually finally. At least Melrose finally got dibs, but Melrose is missing. What is Mel missing? Melrose is missing a
Hammer.
hammer.
Yeah.
Floosh is missing a hammer. Zoro is missing letter. Devin's missing letter, and Floosh is missing letter as well. Floosh is the one who's missing two major items. Each of the other three is missing one item. All of which are in terrible spots. Wave the Hero's command has been updated again. Zoro's domain might still be Wave the Hero for Strength 3 if lights are in Light Trial, because that is still possible. They're not guaranteed by any means. Logical Longshot as well. DC is confirmed double Wave the Hero for Boomerang and Iron Boots to get your Giant's Wallet, to get your Longshot, to get your Rudo's Letter. Graveyard is Wave the Hero for that bomb bag, and Kek is Wave the Hero for a hammer. I think it's also. No, Hammer also nerfed the Sinus Storm, so yeah, the heroes, there's that. Oh, and Devin's missing hovers too, right. Whoops! So, Belrose and Zoro are each missing one item, Floosh and Devin are each missing two, and none of them are in the best of spots. I
And
hope Devin
that
goes for
those
ice
covers
here.
are in an otherwise worthless ice cavern, so
Yeah,
oh,
46
Devon
skulls for Devin.
is very close to that long shot.
Yep. Oh no, King. Oh no, Angle in chat, who got quit out of the seat a few minutes ago, saying, "You ever unfreeze the king from behind, warp away too quick, and come back to find him still frozen later." Oh, that'll do it.
For the jingle.
That that hurts. Ouch.
Ba-da-da-da.
Double magic from Mel. Yeah, you would have been a yeah. Getting King Zora's way out of logical long shot is so key to beating the seed in anything resembling a reasonable time. Bonjour, Helka. It is a very random seed. Logical fiasco, practical mess to play. It's not a fun time as Melrose gets 20 fills of a huge rupee.
Well,
Was
to
Burning
be
Cack
fair,
seriously a bomb bag?
yes, to be fair, that random item was actually an item, a major item, one that we don't need because we have plenty of explosives elsewhere. But it was my wish came true. It was actually a major item.
Oh wait, never mind. Burning Cack on. Oh wait, I forgot that Shadow Temple's also letter locked and Longshot locked. That's the key. Because hover boots were Ruda's letter locked, I forgot that, so we're still fine. I just lost track of that piece of logic. I forgot all about hover boots. Yeah, Longshot's still for GTG access, and I just completely forgot hovers earlier, so.
Yeah, at the time we got hoverboards, the logic of the seed was still nowhere near clear. So now that we're putting it together, we have to retrofit them somewhere,
You
and that's where they fit. That's a
So for our
bonus.
raiders, we have a really miserable mess of a seed. First logical hookshot is on 50 skulls. Everybody's first actual hookshot was on King Zora. King Zora is behind Way of the Hero Iron Boots in Double Way of the Hero Dodonga's Cavern, which gets you, combined with your 50 skulls first hookshot, Giant's Wallet in Water Temple. Actually, Song of Storms is Way of the Hero for the first wallet as well, now that I think about it.
Wow. Okay. I mean, there's also the hammer, which you kind of need.
It's
So
Cax Double Way of the Hero. So,
surprise, surprise.
you were so you were supposed to get Wave the Hero Cax, Wave the Hero Cax Hammer or Song of Storms. Also in Wave the Hero Cax for a slingshot to get to Fires of Goma, one of the or Hammer to Din's Fire in Lost Woods Bomb Grotto to get your first Wave the Hero bomb back from the Graveyard Composer Grave Chest. That gets you. There's Zora's Domain so then there's Iron Boots, and so that bomb back gets you to Wave the Hero Donga's Cavern, which gets you Iron Boots, which gets you to eventually, alongside a logical first hookshot and 50 skulls. Your Iron Boots in Double Wave the Hero DC, as well as a Boomerang. Your Irons get your Giant's Wallet out of Water Temple to get your to buy Blue Fire to unfreeze King Zora for your Way of the Hero logical longshot in Way of the Hero Zora's Domain. To get to Gerudo Training Grounds because Epona Song is on Prelude. GTG to get your Rudo's Letter, to get your Hover Boots, and to get your Hover Boots to finish out Temple, as well as Jabu. Epona Song is unavailable because that's all we have. It's for GTG access for Letter because or Blue Fire because Reverse Wasteland is not in Logic.
Is Fire Temple of Hoverlock?
I have no idea.
If it is, then that makes a lot of sense because
And
Well,
yes, Sunsong was also logically behind 50 skulls because did I mention because did I mention that irons are waved here for a wallet? It's funny that irons are waved the hero for a wallet in water, and longshots wave the hero but not for water temple. Longshots wave the hero for GTG instead. They're waved the hero for two different things. Usually they're both waved the hero for water temple, but nope. OT is Saria-song, but it seems very unlikely that Saria-song locks light arrows because we did have a finisher in 2 hours and 21 minutes. I highly doubt he did 50 skulls for long shot to do AD to get lights at that time. But lights can be anywhere because we finally resolved all of our wave of heroes. That my verbal explanation probably sucks. It's hard to explain the seeds mess. But lights can be technically anywhere. The main way of the hero was finally resolved for long shot for letter for things, but so Striker doesn't have to lack lights, but it can.
and Flush is going to remain without a shield all the way until he reaches Spirit Temple, where the mirror shield is waiting for him in the main room statue hand.
In other news, we have chickens from Melrose. He'll be the first of our runners, I believe, here to get into glow mode. As Zoro gets her first wallet out of Water Temple. Some angry shield flicks and decides to keep going after a moment. And yes, Melrose's file name is not SSR. Our raiders were actually from the SSR's Skyward Sword Randomizer co-op tournament grand finals game 3. Hope that went well. Please don't spoil the results in case anyone wants to catch up on that. Yes, Melrose himself competed in the SSR co-op tournament as well, alongside his co-op partner, Mr. Mario. That he did decide there was actually a bit of discussion in the race room as to why Melrose was playing this and not SSR, specifically why he was doing a race room. That's his file name. Mel decided that he wanted to play OoT. Well, he decided he wanted to play this mess more than he wanted to watch grand finals. Maybe regretting that decision is smidge with how this has gone, but that's gonna go figures. Yeah, Mel and Mario had a pretty good run in the SSR tournament. I think they were they got to top 4 as a team.
So it's been 20 minutes since the first finisher, and still we don't have a second finisher. And
Nope.
like I said, that looks like a very crazy bet that completely paid off.
Yeah, had to have rushed chickens early, skipped Spirit, skipped some other nonsense.
Rush Ice was the play, particularly if you Rush Ice and Og Zora. Sorry, Angle.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Bar would be like, where's my loft link? Yeah, Fluge, I'd be mad too. I mean, it's hard to. This entire stage just been a whole thing. Man, Mel is our first of our runners to hit glow mode. Fluge will be picking up his Rudo's letter here, which will put him in hammer mode. Zoro's also in hammer mode. Devin's in hovers and hammer. Hovers and what is the other item? Devin has a hammer. Devin's in Rudo's and hovers mode. No, he got hovers eventually. So he's in Rudo's mode at this point.
Yep. Just Rudos.
Yeah, Flu skipped the GG like room. Not sure why, but that's where his letter is, so he'll have to go back.
I mean, if he didn't have BGS, maybe it was just because combat with the like lives with just Master Sword is kind of but still, you have to do it.
It has BGS too, and it's.
Rouge is also given the chest in the center of the room of the hammer.
He's in
room?
hammer glow mode.
Right.
That can't be the hammer.
Right. It could have been Kokiri.
Taking a risk it wasn't lights, I guess.
Yeah.
No, Flush the like room. He where he doesn't have hook shot, doesn't have ladder. Although I might just be scatterbrained, but brain's kind of not happy with me at the moment. It's been a long 2 hours and 45 minutes. GG's to Kaidam's finishing second, 2:45:38.
GG. It's still very impressive time.
Oh, no kidding. This has been such a mess. That is a fantastic time for this. Like, all four of our runners here are all very good. Combination of Challenge Cup alumni and Season 4, Season 5 alumni. And they're all still going on this. They've got a lot of good runners who are still going on this, too. This is tripping up a lot of people.
I mean,
and Flush is bailing out a...
I don't even consider tripping people. It's just...
Flush just bail out of here without letter as they get opponents really. Oh no, Flush. No, unless he actually got it. Oh no, he got it. Never mind. Okay, thank you.
He also finishing on third place with 246.
Oh, wait, never mind. Apparently, Karusa did get letter, and it just isn't marked on the tracker. I hope that's what it is. Thanks. Because I was like, if he'd left it behind, I would have been very confused and be extremely concerned. Laura's taking herself over to GTG, so this will be her letter now. Which is
at least it's marked in both his personal tracker and the tracker
good.
here.
Never mind.
So
that's phew.
Yeah,
GG's to Curiosa finishing third. Not a bad time. Anything sub 3 is good on this seed.
I mean, definitely.
Mel will even if lights are in Ganons, I think Mel won't quite make the sub 3. It's gonna be close, but I don't think it'll be there. Unless lights are literally in the Ganon's Castle Bosky chest, I think that maybe, but...
The question now is, if Flush doesn't collect the chickens after Jabu, I don't think he's collecting the chickens until the very, very, very last possible check. So
yeah,
that's
he's pretty much... Because, yeah, Flush is like cleared child at this point. There's not much left. Really, so that becomes a question of when does he make that call. Devin here is in Shadow Temple. Devin is short a letter. Yep, Shelter Hammer was on chicken. Cax Way of the Hero, but it also had Song of Storms, which
led to a wallet, which you need to log in Zora for all the logical mess.
Everything. And if you don't have Hammer, you also think Storms might also think Storms is Way of the Hero for a slingshot for fire arrows for your first bomb back in Graveyard, because both Boomerang and Dins are bomb locked. Don't forget that.
Devin picking this chest in order to see if he has to open the gate or not. Well, that's two small keys, so
Well, technically, we could have also just gotten the DC. Well, no, never mind. I'm just thinking schizophrenia, different things. There's been way too much going on in the seed's messy logic. And yeah, Laura's going into the toilet. Well, nice save. Sadly, we know
That is a lucky save.
And hey, Sonic or Pika rating of the party of 4. Welcome in. GG's. I don't blame you for calling it quits on this seed. It's been bad. We don't yet know where lighters are, but we can explain the rest of this seed's logic to you, if you want to know.
Well, I guess we can.
Bruno's letter is here in GTG, like a room. Yep.
It was a very smooth Bobaji. But yep, let's triple check that toilet is indeed a key. Honestly, that was a really fast toilet.
Yeah, it was a pretty good one. Also just a key as expected. I thought it was actually a mixed up. I said earlier that this is a grayscale version of the boss key texture, but it's actually something different. So I've scatterbrained things. I think it used to be a grayscale version of the boss key texture, but they changed it because it got kind of confusing to tell that apart from the spiderweb texture for tokens. Yeah, Sonic, we had a real laugh at that hookshot at King's Aura. Well, a laugh and then a wait, what's up with the logic moment? We've been having a lot of fun trying to work out the seeds, everything. Elro's here entering Gan's Castle's Button Bridge, 252.22. And let's see where those lights went off to. Irons to wallet for King's Aura logic. Or logical longshot, I should add. Yep. This randomizer is very well built. For all this logic is a mess, it is still completely, the seed is still entirely beatable. You can do all of this as per the logic expects. It's just really stupid. And yet, Melrose immediately heading for Light Trial. I don't see a big chest here, at least not in the first 6. Just immediately betting lights are in here, which they are not in the first 6, 7 chests. But here's a small key to go check the 8th.
You can keep moving.
Yeah.
I mean, the chance that it's not Canon's Castle at this point is fairly low. So I think it's reasonable, even if you can just go up and check.
Light Child was not it.
And Rose is just biting the bullet and going up and checking to make sure that it is indeed here.
Here or somewhere else, yeah. And yeah, Strength 3, not Wave the Hero. Not surprised. I may confirm Blade the Hero because King Zora for logical long shot. Kank has confirmed double Wave the Hero for Storms and Hammer. Storms for the wallet, Hammer for the Storms for the wallet, Hammer for the Fire Temple. How's the race, CD off? Hot mess.
It's been interesting, that's for sure. It's been engaging, and it's been. It looked like a fairly dull seed early on until we got the 50 skull hookshot hints, but even then, that wasn't so bad. Then we started getting hints about Iron Boots being way of the hero for some reason. We started getting hints like we kept not finding another hookshot no matter where we looked. Uh, Things got messy and complicated very quickly in terms of logic. Uh, Everything seemed to point to Water Temple, which was just access to a second wallet in order to thug in Zora, which we didn't really need a second wallet for. We logically do, but we don't. So
Now,
the
did you
logic
two
was a big mystery for us for
it
a
was
long time.
Did equal of finishing fourth, 254.45, and yeah. You had a first logical hookshot on 50 skulls that we think is almost certainly not needed.
GG, Sikola.
It's logically required, but not hard required, you think. And at my castle things. So I am now going to go officially resolve our prediction for whether or not that hookshot on 50 was required. The answer is logically.
I mean,
It was funny because
we would
we
expect
found the Iron
otherwise.
Boots and Double Wave here at DC just a couple minutes after opening the prediction, and then it went,
Yeah,
well, about that.
a bunch of people were uh, taking on that hobium, thinking, nah, there's no way. But the second we get Way of the Hero, Iron Boots, it's very, very hard to get a seed which doesn't, at least logically, require that hookshot.
Yeah. Mind you, the funny thing is, Iron Boots and Longshot ends up being Wave the Hero for completely different things, but
On top of all the irony from
or
the
they
scene,
were there.
like,
Wait, where one was Wave the Hero for water, the other was Wave the Hero for GTG. They were not both Wave the Hero for water the way we first thought. As
and
there it is, Forest Trial.
very fast, Jack. Good
And
place.
GG's to Cola, 257.16, and Sponge getting sniped. 6th place, 257.25. Lordos actually will be just about cutting this up. I know it. Entering Ganondorf again, 257.48, I think he'll be just over 3 hours.
Yeah, just barely, but yeah, I think so.
I think Ganondorf is a little more than more like 3 minutes than 2, but I might be wrong. Yeah, Ecola and Cola finishing together again. They do tend to do that. Because they are both excellent runners. Alright, Lush is still child, doing some cleanup. Hopefully he does check-ins as Zoro's on Twin Robo, which we know sadly is not the answer, and Devon takes on Bongo.
Melrose barely mistiming them.
Yeah, and GG's to Vidya James, finishing 7th, 258.21.
Ugh. Melrose is having some trouble against Ganondorf. This definitely isn't going to be a.
Yeah, this is definitely not suffering, and Chambers on chickens. Recap for the other three. Yeah. Flush needs hammer off chickens. Poor Zoro is short a Rudo's letter in GTG, which I hope she'll go to after this. Devon is missing Rudo's letter, I think it looks like.
Yes. Yep.
And Devon takes up a Podesug and stares at it for a minute, like, wait, what?
And it seems that either Devon is finally getting his letter or he's betting on Spirit Temple. Nah, that's a letter.
Okay, that looks like letter. It looks like GTG. Good.
Good. And
Arrow
Flush
taking
is
down
doing
Spiner of
chickens, probably. So all of our runners are heading towards finishing the seed.
Yep.
Fairly close to one another, other than Melrose, who clearly took the lead.
Yep. And there we are. Flush is going to do chickens.
By the way, happy 3 hours, everyone. Now, I'm officially correct. Not there weren't 10 people who finished sub 3, but more importantly, it's a great time to give some shoutouts. Shoutouts to the runners, of course. Flush, Melrose, Zoro, and Devon. Great runners, great personalities, follow them, make sure to show them some love, support them, and all of that stuff. Shoutouts to Star, my co-commentator. And obviously, to the real stars of the race, the trackers, who are Jola with J, Waylon, Starlight, and Jenny Bees.
And thanks also to Pansari for commentating with me, as well as thank you to Serious Crows, by the way, gifting a tier 1 sub to BXR. Thanks a lot.
Very nice, thank you.
And we are going to finally see a finish here from Melrose. First place on race stream, 8th place overall, 30120.
30123, that's a very lovely number. That's a great
30120, not 23.
Oh, right. And the Melrose's personal timer was 30123.
Ah, nice. GG's. We'll see if he wants to come interview, and let's watch the others continue this mess. So they are all now on the track to go mode, finally.
Number
Flush
3
doing
is
chicken.
That's how it goes so far.
No, and hey Melrose, GG's.
Hello.
GG's.
Right, I have.
Yes?
I know the interview for me, but I'm flipping the tables. I have no idea how this seed generated. The logic is completely lost on me.
Okay, so which particular thing do you want to start with on logic? Because it gave us a headache too.
It's the fact that I don't feel like you should be able to. I feel like there's a conflict. You need Epona Song to get the items to beat Shadow Temple. Beating Shadow Temple is what gets you Epona Song. And I don't know how that makes sense, and I've been struggling so hard.
Why do you need the bonus?
Melrose,
You have long shots.
You have long shots available, Mel.
Wait, how? Because King Zora, you need the letter from...
Wallet,
oh, that's right! I forgot. Wow! I completely forgot that was a thing.
Yeah.
Yep, that's your logic. Wallet.
GG's to Purple Rupees for finishing 9th place.
And the wallet in Water Temple, that makes sense. Dude, I just completely forgot you could buy Blue Fire. I straight up forgot. I've been playing so much. I just... Okay, everything makes sense now. So the main is Wave Hero for...
long shot.
Long
your logical long shot.
And Kakariko's... Oh, and that's why Iron Boots away the hero to get the wallet. What was right?
Kak
Okay.
is double wave the hero for storms and leather and hammer.
Wait, Kak is double wave the hero? It's Kak.
No, Kak is wave the hero, and it just so happens to have 2 items that are wave the hero.
Oh, I got you right.
DC was the double handed wave the hero. That was funny. It's like irons and a boomerang. Oh dear.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I was so confused. I'm kind of shocked. I've seen some of the finish times as well. I guess.
Russia is, man. Russia is.
Yeah. Like as hard as we try to push back ice, it continues to resist. It's essentially we need to.
Zoro was the
happen.
first runner on Restream to go ice at like 30 or 40 minutes or some such thing, but didn't get her hook. But was last to do the King Zoro hook shot at about 2 hours and something.
Right, I don't
Yeah.
understand why you'd go there if you don't have a hook shot for the gold skulls. I only went there because the Sun, or maybe she rushed it for Sun Song.
I'm exactly the same, and that definitely gets you last place in this race, particularly if you hate doing chickens. So I would have been fucked.
Yeah.
Chickens definitely didn't feature on my to-do list at any point because I don't remember any of the bows being not being bow locked.
The bows were fine. Vanilla bow was funny.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Where was the other bow that meant that bow wasn't wavered? Because I just assumed Song of Storms.
DMT Fairy.
Right.
That's,
oh yeah, I got that. So
locked.
Impacao, that's Sphere Zero Ball.
Yeah, but it wasn't Live to Hero because DMT Fairy was equally available.
Yeah.
I hadn't got the bomb bag at that point, so I didn't make the connection there. I just assumed our light arrows were going to be strength 3 locked, and that's why strength was going to be.
So did we, man. So
did we for a good while. Sorry you're doing HE. Yeah. So that turned out to be a whole thing. GG's Alex Master Alex finishing 10th, 305.48. I think I also missed Vidya James's finish earlier. GG's to him, 7th, 258.21. Yeah, Mel, we spent so long trying to work out what on earth this entire Siege spaghetti logic went being, because it was kind of horrendous for a while. Thanks. Nice last slingshot on HBA here for Zoro.
I mean, I can't commentate as it without at least featuring HBA at some point, so thanks, Zoro.
Where was Mirror Shield in the end, if anyone found it?
Spirit statue hand.
Okay, so it was in Spirit Temple. Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad I put that off a little bit.
Yeah. GG's to François finishing 11th, 306.15. And Jimbo 12th, 306.36. But yeah, Mel, this was a whole thing and a half.
Jimbo's coming up. Jimbo's just killing it lately.
Morpha had to be a key, by the way. Purple, I don't know if you realize that.
Yeah, it had to be. We were also able to deduct that Iron's had to be waited here for water, because I also deal with like because GTG key counting took us a second to be able to figure out it was a key. That gold skill is a laugh. That grotto. It's like, really? That's what that's there? Really, game? Sure. But of course,
we already knew that high level's foolish, so yeah.
Alright, well, thanks for putting me on my misery. Thank you for putting me on my misery regarding the logic. That was really beginning to hurt. I was beginning to wonder. At some point, I was
first.
Like, I was looking over.
Out of the feature runners, you finished first. What misery?
Yo, dude, let me finish. Dude, don't just cut like that.
Okay,
don't do that.
Yeah, Pantari, please let Will talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's not cool, man. Yeah, I was just fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say now. Whatever, wasn't important.
You were cranky about you wanted to just find out logic, was it?
Right, yeah, at some point I was checking my medallions because I was certain I messed up, like, I saw Shadow, and, like, I was thinking, oh, maybe Spirit Temple is the Forest Medallion, but on this build, you can't press A in the menu and see medallions, I've noticed. Like you normally would. I don't know if you're aware of that feature, but normally you can go in the menu, press A, and see which dungeons correspond to which medallions. And I tried looking at it, but it wasn't there, so I don't know if that's something that the dev thing should look into, but
it should still be there. I'd probably post some like dev bug reports or something, Mel, to see, because that's not normal, and that should still be there.
Yeah, so that's why I went back to check the pedestal, because I was certain Spirit Temple was Forest Medallion, and I made a huge error. But as soon as I saw Shadow Temple, I was like, okay, hopefully I'm in one of those situations where I forgot to delete the save file from the previous seed I played, and this is just a buggy mess, and somehow I've survived. But okay, yeah, the wallet for Blue Fire, of course. Why did I forget that? That's such an unusual thing to. Whatever, it worked out. It shouldn't have worked out. Going to G2G when I did was a horrendous play. It should never have worked out, but it did, I guess. And
you were by far the first runner to letter, considering Gavin is getting it right now and Zoro's just behind him.
Oh, it's D-pad buttons, Cola?
Oh, that might be.
I thought that was just a thing on Fennel's build. I didn't know. Are we using Fennel's build for?
No, it's main build, but some of Fennel's changes have gotten merged to main now.
Right.
Or main
Okay.
dev. That is not stable, but main dev. There's letter for Zora. She's just shaking her head.
Oh no. How's everyone else in the base doing?
What was in DC again? Irons and Boomerang, Jimbo. Irons for a wallet, for King Zora, for Longshot, for Letter, for Hovers, and Jabu, and yeah.
The rest of the runners are fairly close to each other. All of them basically got the one item that they were missing mostly at the same time, so I expect them to finish like within 5 minutes of each other at most.
Okay.
But yeah, some people didn't do chickens, some people decided that they're not going to collect 50 skulls, but then didn't find the hookshot, like Zoro didn't find the hookshot until like 2 hours into the race.
Yeah, it's so
You know,
hideous.
a lot of mess.
The fact that it's such a tough one because you won the hookshot before going to Ice Cabin, but it's the hookshot that's on 50. So that's a conflict in itself. And then you see Sun Song is there, and that should really kind of convince you to go there because that's really good for collecting skulls. Which means you're probably KZ skipping. And I don't know how you don't just completely ignore King's... then again, the main Wave of Hero.
Yeah,
Oh,
the main wave of hero, all 3 strengths were available. OGC was junk.
Yeah, and the lens was immediately junk as well. I knew King Zora had to have something. That's why I went to Ice Cavern when I did. Because the strength wave of hero just wasn't making any sense to me.
Mm-hmm. And
So
to clarify, yeah, and to clarify in chat, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Who had the least amount of skulls by the time they got the hook on King Zora?
Zoro's still only in the mid-20s right now.
Okay, I finished on 26.
So you guys are probably around the same on that, mid-20s. We're not 100% sure what Zoro's actual count is, but it's somewhere in the 20s. And to clarify, yeah, it's Kola commenting in chat. Zoro made his way of the hero 200 lead to junk, and just assuming lights behind her strength 3 is risky. Yep. Yeah, Flu was at 49 when he got the King Zora hook and got the adult domain skill for his 50th. Flu should win the
garbage. That is
that's so bad. GG's to Fair finishing 13th at the time of 3:12:05. That's a new name. Very good finish time. Flush first of our next runners to get the last medallion and is off to Ganon's. But yeah, to clarify in chat, yes, while it was required.
I think Fair has been racing the past month or so. He's been doing pretty well.
Yeah, that's a very good finish time. But yeah, while it was required to buy Blue Fire to unfreeze King Zora, to get Longshot to get Rudo's letter, because hover boots were on the Iron Boots chest. There's some degree of funny there as well. Nice. Hovers were on the Iron Boots chest, and Epona Song was behind Shadow Temple, so your only GTG access was Longshot. Yeah, and the issue for the other 3 Melon restreams he was at, I think they all, there were, Flush and Zoro both did ice before getting ladder. Devin got the hookshot and bailed immediately and had to go back later for hovers. Which turned out to be issues as to why they did not get things for a while. Yes, Alex, there was a strength in domain, but all 3 were available. Both of the others were equally available in the well, and none of them locked each other in any fashion whatsoever. So the only way any of those strengths could have been Way of the Hero is if strength 3 was required, and OGC was junk, and you weren't getting to Ganon's for a long time in this seed.
It was still possible for light arrows, and that was kind of our theory going into like the second hour or something, but eventually we realized what was going on.
Alright, cool. Well, I'm gonna head off and rewatch the VOD of the Skyward Sword co-op Grand Finals, which is going on as ZSR at the same time. Little shouts to that thing that was going on. But
We noticed your file name was not SSR. A couple of the
yeah,
SSR raiders had a laugh at that.
well, if I can't get to ZSR through the co-op Grand Finals, might as well do it for the EU Weekly. That's just leech on that way. Alright. Yeah, sorry for snapping earlier. I'm gonna head off.
Yeah,
Thanks for
no
the restream.
worries.
Thanks to the
GG's.
yeah, thanks to all the volunteers and whatnot. I appreciate you all.
Yeah, GG's,
I
Mel.
mean
Have a
that.
good day.
GG, man.
You too.
Alright, so double jobby for Zoro and Devon. Flushes and Ganon's will be getting his lights now. And the question in chat from our El Calinas, when I played the seed for fun 2 days ago, I did KZ and froze him from behind, but when I thought, wait, I can't get his item, I accidentally clipped the barrier and found myself in a way to get the King's Aura item. Yeah, so OoT is an exceptionally well-coded game. When you unfreeze King's Aura, there are some frames where his hitbox just stops existing, and you can just walk right through him. This is not allowed in standard rule set, just to be clear. I know that was a casual seed, so you're fine there, but to be clear, that is not allowed in races to abuse that hitbox just not existing for a few frames. It's very useful. Purple Rupees, the third Foolish was Lake Hylia. Well, the Foolishes were Valley, Fire, and Lake Hylia. Fire Foolish was an Open Grotto. Lake Foolish was DMT Storms. Valley hints were SFM and Boulder of Destiny.
Yeah, the way it probably works with the Kinzora is that Kinzora isn't literally inside the block of ice, but there are two separate objects. One is frozen Kinzora and the other is actual Kinzora. So frozen Kinzora has an animation where he disappears and then it's replaced with the actual Kinzora. And during that last few frames of animation, frozen Kinzora is no longer there and actual Kinzora is not still there. So there's nothing in there. That's probably what's going on. That's why the collision disappeared.
Yeah, the collision, it doesn't. There's no collision because he literally
There's
does
nothing.
not exist for the
It's
purpose
just
of hitbox.
a mask.
Yeah. Big, just quirks of coding that can be abused. It's a little silly. Oh, Flush getting hit by the backswing of one of the axes on these iron knuckles and takes another hit. Ouch. GG Zero Hylia 14-3-1709.
Don't underestimate Pepper.
I don't have this.
GG Zero Hylia.
Yep.
Hi.
So Zoro was slightly behind Devon getting into getting ladder, but is now just slightly about a big Octo fight ahead of him. Actually getting right now heading for Baronade, which is nice. A little bit of execution differences and whatnot here, making the difference between these two at the moment. Though they're very, very close. They'll be finishing almost at the same time.
Yeah, Devon does have the butter knife, so maybe that's a difference that could make up for some of the advantage that Zoro has. We'll see.
I mean, even little things like missing this box skip will, and versus getting it could be too. Flush does get a bit of a health refill, and does get the Iron Knuckle view. That was a little close for comfort there.
Got the job done, so that's good enough.
Ooh, Zoro does miss the little trick for the switch here, doing it the fast way, so is going to have to just climb all the way up.
And Fluish is really close to actually finishing.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that the a deciding factor between Devon and Zoro could also be whether or not they actually check the castle before going up,
Yep.
on top of just fight execution.
Mm-hmm. And poor Devin's also having some issues with box skip, which he's not too happy with himself. This one is frame perfect, and he only saved time if you get it the first try. There we are. But it's a nifty little one if you can get it. It's like a couple
It
second
was
time
first try
save.
for Zoro.
Mm-hmm. It's like a couple second. I think it's a couple second time save if you get it first try.
Basically, the time that it takes the cutscene to play. Since the setup and the walk to the box are basically the same time. Well, the path to Barinade was a bit sloppy, but that's a brilliant Barinade fight. Super fast phase 1. And super fast phase 2. I mean, he almost caught up just on the fight.
Yep.
GG's
to
to Tanjo.
Tanjo. 15, 320, 43.
You know, for how bullshit this seed was, that's half the runners finishing. And we know that other three runners are three other runners are going to finish as well. So people really are not giving up. I'm surprised. And if everyone on Restream is going to finish sub 330, which is pretty great time, to be honest.
And thinking about how many skulls were in Logic for that 50, I was thinking it was in the high 50s. Not sure the exact number, but it wasn't a lot. More than 50. Which makes sense considering how much Flush had to go just everywhere looking for the things.
Yeah, and probably many of those were out of logic, so. If even by collecting out of logic skulls, it took Flush so much to get to 50, the number of skulls that were in logic had to be very, very close to actually 50. And Flush is actually going to finish without ever equipping the shield. Or obtaining one.
Never got the Beauty Shield, never bought or found a Hylian Shield.
Wasn't a skull reward hinted to be the Highland Shield?
They're 30, I think, maybe, but yeah.
So if Flush didn't get the shield, it's because Flush didn't want the shield.
I mean, he also might have just genuinely written 30 down as dead, which
Yeah.
it looks like he did, so it's not like he would remember, might just not remember it.
Flush is setting up a time that he's happy with. He's giving us a better look inside of Canon. And that's time.
GG's to Flush, finishing up the second on the race stream, 16th overall, 323.51.
GG's. Without a shield.
Yep. Devin is now slightly ahead of Zoro, actually, taking down the Stalfos. They're neck and neck.
Neither of them has light arrows, I think.
I don't think either of them knows lights. No, I think they both went straight for the tower. So now it's going to be a question of who does the checks in what order, quite honestly.
Yeah.
It was Zoro check light trail. Never mind. Okay, that would be the only differences.
Okay, that explains the.
And GG's
difference.
Floosh joining us here in the interview.
GG's.
Yo. Thanks a lot. Oh. That's still one of the funniest experiments in pain I could live. Oh,
Yeah.
stop. Oh gosh. New controller, Starseed, no shield. Best experiment ever. Oh gosh. It was,
You're welcome.
yeah, in the end, I was just playing for the meme, you know, just buy no shield, go, just go and
Understandable.
we'll finish at the time.
I mean, like I said, at
So
least
here's the
Roundabout has
tip for both.
a sense of humor.
It
Go ahead.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zoro and Devin getting the lights hit now. They're neck and neck. The Zoro did light trail already, so we'll see how they do for order of things. But this is
yeah,
the whole
They did-
thing.
They didn't rush the last on trials. Okay.
No, Zoro rushed light trial, and then went for the hint. Devin did not do that.
Oh, one wallet only? Zero? Really?
She looked at the wallet in the well and decided to skip it.
Okay.
And Devin's gonna go to light trial first, so Zoro will be finishing a little bit ahead of Devin here since.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's going
Do
on
you
the
have
one
questions?
the wall.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Do you have questions about the seed's logic, Lush?
No, everything is perfect.
You actually understand it?
Yeah. Oh wait, the wallet and water was actually funny. Yeah.
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 There's a lot
It's
of people
actually
have
long
questions
shot
for
on
us.
KZ. It's
Yep.
actually long shot on KZ, so yeah, you need a wallet because letter is in GTG, so you need long shot. Yeah.
Yep. There you got
And
it.
since
A lot of people missed it.
Epona is behind the hover boots, which were in ice cavern, so yeah, long shot was needed.
Yep. We were, because we had a lot of questions in chat from various people of what this logic was. Melrose completely forgot buying blue fire for Kingsilver was a thing.
Yeah.
So thought the seed was broken. But this was a 50 Skulls first hook shot.
And yeah, I was going to get the first hook shot in Logic.
Yeah, you were the only one on Raystream to get 50 Skulls.
Yeah, in Domain, where Kazed, with Kazed just next to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you actually had 49 calls right before getting the hook shot.
That's just I don't know. It's I don't know what mystery this is, but I couldn't believe it.
We had to laugh at that hook shot down Kingsword. It's like, great game. Funny.
I understand.
Yeah.
So at that point, I was just hoping long shot was being required. I had required, but no, nothing on Morpha also.
Yeah, it was just GTG access.
Yeah, just that. Maybe I could have guessed it, but I once were with the hero, so I would have done water rather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Iron's Way of the Hero was interesting. We were wondering for a bit what that was for. Icy Waters was dead. Tektite Grounded Gold Scale was funny with Foolish Lake. And then it just, Toilet was a key, because Melrose went GTG fairly early, so we did quite a while.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Melrose was first to letter, but took a while to get Hammer, and also skipped Dens for some time, because I think he was last at Bombag.
I did swear was in the well?
No,
No?
lost its bomb grotto.
No. Okay, wait, okay. That's why some storms is useless in this season actually. Oh no, the wallet. The wallet.
Wallet.
Okay, so it was Wave the Hero. Okay. But yeah, maybe chickens completely avoided it
Mhm.
in the end.
And that's
Yeah,
Ganon down for
both
Zoro
wallets.
as Devin arrives on Ganon. They'll be finishing very close
GG.
together.
She must
Oh.
suffer in her deep soul. She must suffer.
And there we are. GG's to Zoro, 17th place,
GG.
3:30:08. Just over
Yo,
3.5 hours.
what braveness here.
Yeah. Zoro did ice early, but didn't get her. But she KZ skid, so she didn't get. So she was the last person to hookshot on KZ. A little over
Oh,
2 hours.
too bad.
Yeah,
Oh,
she got it a few minutes after Devin, who got it right at the 2 hour mark.
since yeah, I guess if you didn't think about the wallet, but uh, uh, discover that strength 3 is useless to access the trails, maybe you could try to do defroze Kingzera because you can deduce that the strength in the domain is useless. Now,
Yeah,
but it was difficult to commit.
it
Yeah, but
is.
lights were inside Ganon's castle, so you never really know if Strength 3 is
Yeah, because
useless
it's
until the
way
very end.
it's the yeah it's way of the heroine, so the path.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could have been.
And Devin's gonna finish up the seed here with an official racetime.gg time of 3:31:34.
GG.
GG.
He will be joining us for an interview. I'm not sure yet for Zoro. And let's switch over to the interview scene.
Living is
Like I
here.
said, I'm surprised at how many people actually finished. It's a chicken seed. It's a 50 skull seed. It's a freezing Zora seed.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. The Kingzera, the paradox, yeah, with the paradox letter thing. Oh gosh.
And someone actually finished in 2 hours 20 minutes, and it's still people held on. They kept playing. I'm surprised. I'm
Oh gosh,
impressed.
it's just insane. Okay.
Yeah. All right. And there we are. Hey, Devin. GG's.
Yep. GG.
GG's.
Zoro saying in chat, "Seed was too long. Sorry, I'll skip this one." I don't blame her.
Yeah,
GG's.
yeah.
Understandable.
A little bit too long.
Just a bit. But GG's, Devin.
So, my version of the story. I was
Okay.
like, I collected so many skulls that at some point I was like, you know what? Even if it doesn't end up being required to have them, to have the long shot, I'm in too deep now. I might as well do it. And then I saw Sarah's object finish at like 220. That's when I was at like 44 skulls. And I'm pretty sure that Sarah's object is someone who's known for not collecting any skulls at all ever, if I remember that
Yes.
correctly. So, like, what do I do now? Well, I guess I use the opportunity that I'm on ZSR and just put on a show and just like do what everyone loves seeing so much. Painstakingly collecting 40 skulls for a fucking logical first hookshot that wasn't required at all. I assume it was first logical hookshot, right? So
It
you
was
go.
confirmed first
Was.
hookshot.
Yep.
Where did you get all these skulls from? There was like a 50 out of 51 or something, right?
It's
Might have been a
something
little
like
higher,
that.
but
Yeah, it was correct.
Flu showed it everywhere.
I think it was like 53 or 54 available skull
Yeah,
class.
but that's really tight.
It was.
I don't
Yeah.
think I ever played a seed that was like this tight on skulls at all in my life. Well, glad I didn't do it in a tournament.
Yeah. You were wondering for a while if that was gonna be like it was in logic kind of early because you guys had explosives, bottle, rang. Decent amount of warp songs. Like you
Beans.
had skulls. They just beans. You just need to go
Yeah,
everywhere for them.
wow.
Really, is the issue.
No
Yeah.
boomerang, no hookshot.
But, like-
that was the problem. Yes.
I can
It's
see
been,
how you can finish the seed quickly. Rush ice.
Yeah.
And then,
Yes.
because like it's Way of the Heroes, you just go back. You skip up King's Zoro's Head, you get the blue fire, you go back, you get hookshot, and then you you go into water because you have iron boots, you get the wallet. Like, okay. Like maybe you don't even need to do that, but like, yeah, okay, this makes sense. So now I know what to expect, right? So next thing is like, because you know you need long shot, you like go to GTG immediately, or maybe you just like go to GTG by chance. And then, like by the time, if you did well first, you have 2 strength upgrades, and then you just get the letter, and then I don't know, you just fly.
It seems possible. Yeah, it's
Like you just
not,
fly from that point.
It's in rocket science. Yeah, there's rush ice and in GTG. You go. Yep.
I hate that it's good. Like I can see why people do it, and in certain circumstances I like it. But like
Happens, yeah.
when I have a lot of items and none of them is letter, the last place I want to go is ice, because I like letter N might end up being my last item.
Yeah,
which in this case it was.
You're right.
Rush ice is too strong, and we can't kill it. We tried, but it's not happening.
I'm curious what happened. Like I personally like having the opportunity to skip over King Zoro's Head to skip letter. I really like to have the opportunity, but I'm curious to see what would happen if we just changed it back so you're not allowed to skip over King Zoro's Head anymore.
Oh man, that would change
logically
the
nothing.
seeds.
I mean, for this
Rush
seed,
ice
not
is just as strong.
For this seed, it
what
wouldn't.
changes is that people can't rush ice as often as they can now, but rushing ice is just as strong a play. So
yeah,
that's not the way to kill the rush ice. Is OP strat. That's a way to see fewer people go into ice because they can't. But it's like removing the coffin, but you still have the flu, right? The issue's still there.
I don't think that in this seed, like if you get the Sun Song, there was the hint for Sun Song being in ice. And I feel like if you get that hint, you don't rush ice. But if you don't know, then going to ice is fantastic. And like maybe you've been to Child Domain before and like you've seen 2 items. And what I did was I saw the strength and the lens, and then found like 2 other strength upgrades. So I was like, yeah, there's something strength 3 locked, right? Because none of the strength was strength locked. Yeah. But like both of them turned out to be nothing, and then it just still skipped the rest of Domain forever. It was a misplay, definitely.
I feel a little bad when you eventually got hookshot and then left your hovers behind because you went straight forest.
I mean, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
No, it makes sense. It's just a little bad.
In this seed, if you don't allow Casey skip, the amount of people that actually finish the seed is probably very, 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 very few. Because you then actually need that 50 skull logical hookshot.
Yeah.
Does it really change that much?
Well,
I'm thinking like
you
can go to GTG with strength 2, you get the letter, and then like that's all you need to do.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Because you can't.
Yeah, you're right.
Because even if you ban Casey skip,
it makes it longer without actually nerfing Ice Cavern, which is why I'm not sure that I like that way to fix it. I agree that there's an issue, and it's still one of the very first races that we do with this change in logic, with the only 11 of the 12 songs are actually good. Maybe overall in the future, looking back, this will be just an exceptionally good Rush Ice, and in general, Ice will be much weaker in the future, but today we have to say that Rush Ice was the play.
What saves the seed, though, what really saves the seed if you can do Reverse Wasteland? Like, that's the like key thing that you, like, it just goes to show that this trick is way too important to not learn it. Like, if you want to have a shot at being competitive in this game, that's the one trick I would say you need to learn, and this is exactly why. Because if you don't reverse, because of opponents being also locked behind letter, long shot is like, if you don't reverse, long shot is hard required.
I see Casey skip and Reverse Wasteland as very similar tricks that just allow you to skip items that only have a use in a very small, a very narrow amount of places. And if you remove those tricks from the allowed tricks, it just makes the seeds take longer, but you don't change the actual internal logic of the placement of the item. So I think those tricks need to stay. Maybe there has to change something else about Ice Cavern, but for now, we're still experimenting. It's too soon to call it OP still. We'll see. Today, it was the play. That's undeniable.
Yeah.
But GG's to me, though. Another finisher, 90th place.
GG's?
I'm just glad it's over. This was a really long one.
This was long.
Well, not for all of us, but for most of us, I guess.
It's not entirely surprising with all these item placements, because there were a few different ones. If you missed the KZ hookshot for ages, that hurts. Letter was not ideal. That hammer probably took most people a while.
If we get to a point in which I start thinking that checking chickens is reasonable, we've gone too far. This seed was a mess.
Sorry, hates chickens.
I mean, the hammer didn't really matter until like the very end because fire was foolish anyway. Like maybe for some getting some skulls or something. I don't know. But what?
Yep.
The reason why I didn't go to do King Zora as early as as early as I should have done it is because like with the main and like knowing that 3 strength upgrades might be required, that could have just meant that light arrows are in light trial.
Yeah.
Like this was like, why should I, if I have met a lot of stronger plays, why should I rush King Zora? Like I don't really know. And like then the blue fire bottle and spirit just made it a little bit more convenient, I guess. It wasn't spirit, right?
Blue fire bottle. Yeah, blue fire bottle was in spirit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Statue hand. No, it's Arrow Climb was
that's
the
mirror shield.
Hey, nice jump, by the way, on the nice jump to the mirror shield that took you a few tries. That was neat. Yeah, statue hand without hovers or hook shots, not the most amusing thing to do. But yeah, that was just all kinds of everything going on in this seed. Go every road, do almost everything.
Yeah, everything. Yes.
Actually, two of the feature runners actually went to toilets. That's when you know that a seed going too far.
I'm surprised I didn't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were things happened to this for sure. I'm pretty much running out of questions, so I don't know if anyone. I think chat's mostly okay. I suppose you figured out the logic then, Devin?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think, like, I don't even have too much to say about this anymore anyway, too, because, like, everyone has seen everything. Like, you couldn't complete the thing without seeing everything, so not much to say, I guess.
Not really, no.
Well,
yeah.
So I guess subject disagrees.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, we did see everything. Here,
we really did.
Definitely did.
No, because we had some questions in chat over the wallet logic from other people who finished. Mel completely forgot wallet for blue fire existed, so thought the seed was busted. Oops.
And that you need letter to get the hovers because hovers were actually nice. There were a lot of odd things that made remembering and putting together the logic a bit more difficult than usual. But yeah, I don't see any more questions in chat, unless you guys have anything else that you wish to clarify, comment. I think this is a good place to stop.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, GG's, guys. It was fun. Great race. It's,
Hiring?
you
Alrighty
dealt
then.
with
Hiring
this
was fun.
mess with a surprising amount of composure. So congrats.
Thank you, anyways.
Thanks for the restream.
Yeah, thanks.
No problem.
Thank you. You're both.
Uh,
Yeah, too.
So, GG's to our runners once again here. Give them all a follow. Daredevil next, Floosh, Melrose, and Zoro. To my co-compensari and to our trackers, Jenny Bees, Wayland, Jodo with J, and Starlight. As well as to everyone in chat for watching. This will be it here for us today. Coming up ahead on the ZSR schedule, we have in about 20 minutes over on ZSR Main, we've got the LTTPR Challenge Cup 2022 quarterfinals, Game 3 between Trayspire and Venter. And then that's it for this weekend, actually. Next up, after that, will be at 10 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday, the Zelda Randomizer weekly race. We'll probably add a couple more LTTPR Challenge Cup matches to the schedule, and then next weekend will be the start of the Wind Waker Randomizer Season 5 tournament qualifiers, so keep an eye out for those. That shall be it for us for now. We're going to go over and say hi to Blue Guy. They are still playing this seed, currently plugging through Jabu. Looks like they have fire left to go, so they did at least find that hammer, so we'll wish them luck with the rest of this. And then call it a day. Thanks for watching, all. We will see you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.